I got a 4-speed. And you today, fam? Doing all right? Yeah, it's gonna get better. As the song goes, ooh, child, things are gonna get easy. I've been singing that all year long, even before the Super Bowl meltdown. You know, it's so funny because we had a contrast us last year of just a awesome good time in 2019. And then 2020 came and everything turned to poo-poo. Starting with the Super Bowl. Okay, you know what? I ain't even going there. I was just thinking out loud. The jury will dismiss that last comment. All right, let's get right into it. Hey, fam, brand new Niners secondary coach, Tony Oden, is going to be making changes in how things are done in the secondary this upcoming season. And the changes must differ quite a bit, too. J-Dub responded to questions about the D during the conference regarding any chances. They had a press the other day, right? Yesterday. Any chances and like he's been sworn to secrecy or something. It's like J-Dub says, man, I'd like to tell y'all, man, but if I do, I got to kill you. So, but what is clear is that the defense will be much more aggressive than during last season's Super Bowl run. And one thing I say is known is that J-Dub's role will be expanded. Okay, let me get into that, but let's look at some of the news today, which really made me mad. And I know you had the same reaction. Are you kidding me? GK News, boy, everybody's getting all pumped up. The rumor is 49ers will announce 6-year and $94.8 million contract to George Kittle's extension. I was going to say finally things are looking up in this year already. This is the beginning. Get George signed. Let's go. What? No. Less than an hour after the initial report, GK on Twitter replying with, y'all believe everything you read on the internet? Come on, George, man, you're toying with our emotions, bro. We can't take it no more. George, please, man. Sign the damn contract, George. Niners, stop playing with the boy and give him something he can sign. So, we're sitting there tripping, right? I've got no... People on Twitter said, hey, man, you know what, though? It may happen Friday because, this is the way it works. Okay. I can't wait till Friday. Bring Friday. Man. But continue later, two other reports, one from Matt Mayoko of NBC Sports Bay Area and the other from Mike Silver of the NFL Network, stated there's been progress in the negotiations per sources, but wouldn't go as far as saying anything was imminent. Oh, okay, that's better, actually. There's been progress. I just needed to hear the word progress. Come on, y'all, man. It's almost time to start. So, I had to laugh, though. And listen, make no mistake, I do like Grant Cohn. A lot of people, I like him. But poor Grant, man. The dude is now hiding at home, most likely with the lights turned out and his phone turned off. Periscope coming out the roof of his place, looking around to see who's outside, see if anybody wants to break in and get him. Grant, hang in there, bro. Hey, and according to the rap sheet, the 49ers are bringing in wide receiver Tavon Austin for a workout with hopes to sign him, sources tell me, according to the rap sheet. And at Mike Garofalo, the former Cowboys and Rams speedster, could land in San Francisco if all works out. See, this is bizarre to me because yesterday we were talking about Taylor Gabriel. I know that Kyle Shanahan's offense does actually need a speedster to be fully efficient. So I said, go. He's going to get Taylor Gabriel. I said they probably haven't been signed yet before the season starts. No, they go out and get Tavon Austin. Well, didn't he go get him yet? He hasn't signed up. He's just coming in for the tryouts, I'm pretty sure. But, fam, do you wonder, though, Tavon Austin was the wonder boy coming out of college, right? He's played with the Cowboys, the Rams. It's just been the Cowboys and Rams? Well, it's not so bad. But what I wonder is why can't he hold on to a job? Why is he unemployed all the time? People give him these 1 and 2 year deals, and that's it now. The Rams had him for I guess the Rams had him for a little while. But then he goes to Dallas. You know what, though? He will be with the best coach he's ever had coming to San Francisco. But we already have a room overflowing with wide receivers, which is what I said, what? Really? Why? Okay, anyway, we'll see what happens with that. Hey, fam, also good news continues about the way Jason Verrett is looking in camp. And as we get into today's headline of Tony Oden's plans to alter the defense, as Tony must have came into the locker room or on virtual whenever they first met. All right, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you used to. Tony came in doing the Humpty, man. I mean, Tony's going to go. Because I thought, Joe Woods had a system put in place that looked like it was pretty effective. I was always like, well, let's talk about it. Because, as I mentioned, J-Dub was trying to participate in the pressure, but was also doing his best yesterday to keep the things that should not get out. Because, even if Pete Carroll, man, even if he's not recognizable in the room, he has most likely got operatives in the room or somebody in there. He's got the room bugged or something, man. Pete Carroll that's a dog. Ooh. But Dub was unwilling to give up any details of what the Niners are planning to do with the secondary this season, right? And I mean, and Chris Bitterman, what's up, man? Suddenly, Chris Bitterman of the Sac B attempted to pry some details about the plans, noting that he noticed Dub often playing man-to-man close to the line of scrimmage on third downs in the Super Bowl. Bitterman was wondering whether or not that is something opposing offenses might see more of in 2020. And J-Dub responded with, I just feel like if I tell you more details about that, I'm kind of giving away the game plan. I don't want other teams to hear it, how they're going to use me. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting. Just make sure you watch the first game because I could be anywhere. I could be standing behind you. He didn't say that part. He goes on to say, could be playing safety, could be playing man coverage, could be blitzing, could be playing zone. Who knows? We'll see in first game, unquote. My boy Dub, I told y'all last year, man. I was telling you all the time. I said, you talking about my boy Dub, but that boy is a bad boy when he's feeling good. And look at this. Dub! Because we had a small capacity in the J-Dub truck last year. Boy, we gotta get a van now. Chris Bitterman, get a grip, brah. I want to ask you, what was Chris thinking? Dub's not gonna give any info right there on the presser. Matt Barrows even noticed. He's like, everybody rolling red and gold was wondering, what is up with Bitterman? Hey, dude, he's tweeting, Chris Bitterman, Tony Oden to Chris Bitterman. Dude, shh. He's so right. God. But anyway, fam, the Niners entered the new season with much of the same group in the secondary that has allowed the DBs to focus on building chemistry with their new secondary coach, Tony Oden, who replaced Joe Woods. And I'm thinking the guys are going to they're going to have to like it, man, because, Dub said of Oden, he's more aggressive. You know the 49ers like that. But he's fundamentally sound, too. I like his energy so far, unquote. And Dub added, though, since we've been back, I feel like we've just been working on chemistry and all our defensive checks. I just feel like it's going to play a big role in this upcoming season. Fam, you know what? How many times have we been sitting around crying, 49ers, man, how you can't make no plays. I always figured they adopted the Seahawks philosophy of you play off the receiver and bait the quarterback into making an errant throw because you need to keep. That's a hard thing to judge, though. If you've ever played ball and you played that position, it's a hard thing to judge to play how far off do you play because the velocity and speed of which that quarterback can get the ball to his receiver, there's a lot of variables that go into it that it's hard. You can't hand check a person like you do in basketball. You got to back up to set up the decoy. You got to back up far enough to fool that quarterback into thinking he can go ahead and launch that shot. Now, can you react quick enough? It's all about having cat-like reflexes. Can you react quick enough? There's only a few people who can do it. Richard Sherman is the king. Because as soon as that quarterback, but you got to know, and you pretty much got to anticipate that shot. As soon as that quarterback lets that ball fly, you got to be on your horse, or it's going to be a completion. And I think that's why Rich is getting, every now and then he gets beat now, is because he's got a little older, and his reflexive actions aren't as quite as quick as they were years ago when he was like the dominant force in that particular defense. But now I think we're going to see that, and we still got. You know who I think this might work with? Mosley's got cat-like quickness. You know, Spoon has that kind of quickness. He does. We've seen him do that. But what Spoon is struggling with, I don't know. Because I just look at him, I just don't get it. Why is he so confused sometimes? So maybe Oden can fix it. You know, maybe some techniques that he can do, drills. I don't know. But I think that's what he's talking about. But, Vem, how many times, as I say, were we crying about the secondary appearing to be in constant prevent D? Do you see this as a step up, or do you see a possible disaster? And for the blitz junkies who never get enough of that assault, it sounds as if your prayers have been answered. I'm going to be blitzing the butt off this year, it sounds like. Hey, I can see a bit more creativity being applied this year, which will bring more energy to the secondary, but possibly more high-risk play. So, you know, we could get smoked on this on a few occasions. Maybe, you know, not so often, but it could be. But we could see more INTs, though, which is something everybody we want to see. Because we didn't see a lot of that last year, but we saw the 49ers being so good, and I don't know if that should change, actually. It could be debatable. Quarterbacks hesitated to gun off into the secondary most of the time. And that hesitation, the defensive line was right on that ass, right? Sorry. Kids, don't repeat me, okay? Anyway, you know, it's going to be interesting to see. But your feeling on what do you expect the secondary to do? What do you anticipate? Because Dub couldn't tell you, but what do you see coming in this? Kirk the Chameleon, hey, you make the 49er world a good place to live in, brother. Oh, thanks, Kirk. Thanks for every minute of your time, and I mean that. Go Niners, Kirk. Back at you, fam. You know what I'm saying? Pete Gorman, team keeps getting better and better. Yeah, they added another offensive lineman today. That kid Sweet from the Cardinals. The 49ers, you can add according to the CBA, you can add a couple of offensive linemen extra this year. So they may be expanding the roster in accordance with the protocol. Ray Jr. says, what's up? Thanks for this platform that you provide for us, Ray Jr. It's a pleasure, fam. Thanks, Ray. And Matt S. from Bend, Oregon, give it a shout out, Matt. Matt, you've been doing that for such a long time, and I feel like we're connected. Tongan Man 78, Niners Empire, hashtag and everything. Listen is that the team that we kicked out of the Bay to Las Vegas? You know, because the Raiders, man, you know, I love taking we kicked them out. We did, too. Gave them that little memory to leave by. So, 81, hey, we're getting close to start this revenge tour, one game at a time. Niners! Niners! And Slavin Robert, 19. ESPN says 49ers going first to last this year. Keep hoping and praying, ESPN. That was funny about ESPN saying that, though, because just the other day they were saying the 49ers had the best linebacker. This is weird. Anyway, Mr. Block Ice. Okay, Rob, we need to get that secondary going. We're looking at Tavon Austin, too. I like his speed. My Niners better get Kittles together. Deion Sanders leaving the NFL Network. Wow. That is news. I didn't know about that. I wonder what's going on with that. Hope D didn't get caught up. Like, you know, everybody leaves the NFL Network is usually, maybe Deion may have been saving face. Usually you leave NFL Network because you were harassing some of the cuties they got around that place. And Deion says, man, listen, I'm going to quit. Okay, don't let me go out like this, man. Let me just quit. I'll leave, all right? Oh, let's get over here quick. It's late in New Jersey. Wait, oh, get my ears on. Yo, James, come on in, man.
Hey, what's happening, Ronbo?
James, man, Tavon Austin talking about coming to play the 49ers. J Dubs talking about Jason Verrett looking like somebody ready to play like a Pro Bowler again. And
Hmm.
and Tony Oden says, y'all, you could be better in this secondary, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So yeah, all of that, James. Your feelings?
Well, first and foremost, I thank God for being able to listen to you once again another evening, and I appreciate and am very thankful for you and your staff, all that
Thanks,
y'all do
James. Thanks, James.
for
We
the
appreciate you.
Empire and for us fans. Yeah, man. But I'll tell you, um, right now, I think the best way that we're able to actually upgrade that back end right now with the players that played in the Super Bowl, it's relatively simple. Tavarius Moore has got to play the front safety in front of Jimmie Ward, where he's like that eraser underneath because they quarterbacks have seen ways that you can beat Sherman. 15 yards in front of Sherman, you're in trouble. But 15,
Mm.
10 yards over his head, you can beat him. But now, how can that work to an advantage for us with the players we already have? Look at what Tavarius Moore did when he finally got in the game in the Super Bowl. Okay,
INT? Yeah.
I shoot not once, twice
Was that?
playing that front safety position. Yes, he picked him off twice. Tavarius Moore.
I knew he.
Patrick Mahomes went into that Super Bowl basically interception free. I think he had one or two in the first early games of the season, and here it was. Tavarius Moore picked him off twice because why? He kept feeling like, okay, I can beat Sherman 15, 10 yards in front of him. I can beat him all day. 15 yards in front of him, I'm in trouble. So Tavarius Moore was right there. And I think it's got to happen because Richard Sherman has got maybe 2 good seasons left after this one, most likely. And I'd like to see him play more, but, still there's Tavarius Moore and Emmanuel Mosley that these guys are growing up real fast. They ain't rookies no more.
Hmm.
And they're only going to get better. And that defense, that's how I could see it being fixed. And let's hope and pray we do get back a healthy Jason Verrett because we're going to need him. We're going to need him going forward because I've lost, I pretty much gave up on Akello Witherspoon at this point. I don't know how he gets so shell shocked on one or two plays. It's like he can't move on to the next play fast enough or something mentally. I don't
Can't,
know.
yeah,
And
can't
he's a
mentally recover.
talented
That's a good
he's
point.
yeah, he's a talented young man, but he beats himself up psychologically, like, oh man, look how I could imagine some of the things that he must tell himself and go through. I mean, and it's saddening, but that's just the way it is, and
Yeah.
that's what I see in being able to, fix it now because I think we would be so much better with Tavarius Moore uh, playing that front safety position and leaving Jimmie Ward on the back end. And I really do think now, I know Jimmie Ward showed up and played well this season in a contract season, but Jarkiski Tart, if he could just stay healthy, I think we might even be a better defense with Tart and Moore playing the safety and Sherman and Mosley at corner.
So
That's just me because why?
you're gonna
One
remove
thing
you're gonna move Jimmie Ward out of it and switch it with Tart
listen
and
to
Moore.
me. To me, to me, it was right there. We've seen it in the Super Bowl when Ward came off the field, Tart moved all the way to the back safety, and Moore was up there playing the front safety. On a few of those plays, once Patrick Mahomes he tried to throw over Sherman, Moore picked him off. He tried to hit Kelsey on the seam route, Moore caught him right in the middle of the field. So that to me right now, if I had to say how do you fix it? That's what I see, because Tavarius Moore is long, lengthy, and he's fast, and he's got long arms. He's faster than Jimmie Ward, and he just, I don't know, he plays with a much more malign technique when it comes to, like, being a ball hawk to me. And, you know, I mean, the evidence was right there. He picked off Patrick Mahomes twice in the Super Bowl. But then for some reason, Saleh wanted to put Jimmie Ward back in the game. So Moore came off the field, and Tart went back to his front safety position. So, you know,
interesting.
That's
I must say,
yeah,
you know,
it is.
but they got plans on using Jimmy for several different things this year. The thing about Tavarius is, I don't know how soon it'll develop. He tends to take bad angles on players coming downfield. He may get better as time goes by, but Ward still got him as far as that goes. This could be, and also Tavarius is actually, if you put him in where Kwaski T is, that actually might work a little more effectively because Kwaski actually played in point, according to what he was saying last year. So it could be.
Erasing.
Wait, let me holler at Devin Hernandez. Devin Hernandez, I think we got on you about the other day. You're almost out of warnings. I've told you not to spam. You'll get one warning today, and if I see you next time do that, it'll be time to put on the block. All right, just let you know. All right, go ahead, James.
Yeah, but like I said, to me, right now, we got to fix that problem with Sherman. That's where the leak is in the tire. I'm telling you, because quarterbacks know. Let him keep throwing them little 15-yard little hitches right in front of him where he's got to stop, come back to a receiver, keep baiting him, and then on the right play, you're gonna throw it over the top because you know he's winded. He's been in the game.
Oh, you mean set him up?
All game, basically. Yeah, so now you try to set him up. But with Moore playing over the top, you take a real big chance because Tavarius Moore has proven to me, I mean, that he's better suited at that position. They played him at corner. They played him at the back safety. I mean, the front safety all the way in the front. And then in the Super Bowl, he played in Tart's position, right there, basically right in between the two cornerbacks, closest to the line. I mean, to the linebackers. And he, so.
Yeah, that's a scary thing. You know what, the 49ers, though, they've got it had something to do with chemistry last year. You know, that unit that's the first time they played together, James. This is why I wonder, were they trying to get it together all year long? It actually should have culminated by the Super Bowl as to being fully ready to roll together. But we've seen a couple of mistakes in the Super Bowl that should have never happened, that will never probably happen again, though. So we're going to see.
Yeah,
but anyway,
well,
good stuff, though, James. It's going to be interesting to see. In camp, they may make some of the switches you're talking about. You never know, because this guy's a new guy. He's not beholden to nobody just yet, probably. So he'll do whatever he thinks is best.
I can say this much. You know, Moore, this will actually be his, third full season this season?
Yeah, he's no baby no more. So
yeah. And Manny Mosley, so.
Yeah, all right. I really like Mosley. He's got a lot of potential. Hey, James, good stuff, fam. I'll be back this weekend.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I didn't even touch up on the good news of the Kittle. You know that they're making progress.
Yeah, that's not good news.
That's all that's important to me, and getting it done.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, making progress is better news than the news that I've been hearing.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign.
See what happens next. All right, fam. Night, James.
All right, Ronbo. Thank you. Be blessed.
Hey.
Niner Empire, Niner for life.
Thank you,
Take care, man.
You too.
Mask up. Stay safe. Keep living. Good night.
For sure. Night, James. I see the Mad Niner. You see, let me get it. Okay. Why the heck does Kyle keep going to the thrift store to get these new players? Tavon Austin, are you kidding me? the man not attached to the contribution, but listen, I got a feeling it has something to do with the fact that they're still available. And Kyle's thinking, okay, I can set him up where he can look like a star. I'm thinking he can make Tavon Austin into something special. Whereas other coaches may not have the same ability to do that as Kyle does it in Kyle's system. And another thing is, Tavon is inexpensive. I mean, here's a dude that's running around looking for a job, knocking at every 32 NFL doors, and ain't nobody answering except the 49ers. So there it is. And Callie Young says, Morley had one INT. Yes, I thought so. Yeah, James, it was Fred Warner. I thought I knew Moore had one, but that was Warner with that other INT, and very close to the line of scrimmage. But still, most of it still holds on the Tavares. Hey, Naj. Naj.
What's going on, bro?
Naj, man, I'm just kicking back here, man, and getting a kick out of J-Dub, trying to keep quiet about some of the things that are going to take place in the secondary. And today, all of a sudden, Tavon Austin, I was talking about Taylor Gabriel, not the other day. I said, Kyle needs a speedster in his offensive system to be fully efficient from first quarter to fourth quarter. He can get it done, of course, somewhat without. But Tavon Austin, I hadn't even thought about him. But I'm trying to understand why Tavon, how come he can't keep a job? And
I don't know, but I know he's way better than Benjamin.
Yeah.
Than me.
I know. Everybody agrees on that, though, because Travis, man, I wasn't excited about that. There's some people who really think highly of it, but yeah, I'll take him over Travis, though. And yeah, I agree. So, but now
what's going on with the secondary?
The secondary, man. See, this dude, Tony Oden's going to come in. I think they're going to be a little more aggressive this year. Notch, were you one of the people last year who was always saying, why don't they blitz? Every time I looked up in the chat during games, why don't they blitz? Well, going to be some blitzing going on this year, apparently.
Oh, yeah. We didn't really even need the blitz last year, but we K1 actually a great blitzer, though. So that's actually going to be a good thing. We get K1, whatever. I'm talking about the slot, not the middle. The slot corner.
True.
Yeah, we get him blitzing more. That'll actually be better.
Because Naj, you're right, because the 49ers didn't blitz. A lot of people didn't understand. The 49ers didn't blitz because they didn't need to blitz with that front. So you want to keep more guys you keep in coverage better, right? Yeah, I was agreeing with it. Yeah.
And with that wide 9, it's going to have, more open lanes for the blitzers to go straight through, just hit that quarterback.
See, that's true. But they never really did that. I think it's all about the hesitation of the quarterback, I guess. I'm guessing on that, so as far as the coverage. But, yeah. So you expect –
I was thinking –
Go ahead.
You said what?
No, I said, so you do expect to see a few more blitzes for that reason. But go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I hope so. But, yeah, I was talking to this dude, and I was saying that we might can keep Robert another year, for real. Saleh.
We may keep who?
Robert Saleh another year. I don't think he's going to get a head coaching job.
If they can,
Because, if you think about all the teams that needed him, they got a coach. They got a coach last year. And if you think about the teams that need a coach this year, they don't need no defensive coach. They need an offensive coach.
No, you're right, man. I think the league is moving toward offensive attack and try to wear defenses out.
Especially with all these new quarterbacks. They can't, the Bengals don't need no defensive coach.
They really need
people like that.
You got Burrows? Yeah.
Yeah, Atlanta definitely don't need another defensive, especially under Pete Carroll coaching. They don't want Robert.
I know,
So they might mess around and go offense.
See, that's why they were so good that year. You got Fred. He could run the defense because that's what he does. But now you got Kyle Shannon. That was the ultimate combination. Naj, that's why I wanted Vic Fangio back in the day and Kyle. Oh, we'd still be winning Super Bowls. Lodge!
So would.
God.
So
Couldn't do it.
So especially, sometimes I just miss that defense back in, like with Auden, people, Justin, Ahmad.
And Brooks was my favorite. Brooks
Yeah,
always looked like he was
I
just
love.
an angry man. He'd be sitting on the bench. He looks
Yeah,
just looking
Odom,
all
man.
pissed off. I never seen him smile before.
I miss him. I miss them all.
We would have lost Smith though. I don't think anything was going to stop Alden from showing out, man. Alden he
Yeah,
just couldn't stop partying. And in that case, we would have lost him. But who would we have picked up? We probably would have picked up somebody. Ain't no telling who.
yeah.
You know.
What is that? Navarro, yeah, Carlos Rodgers. I miss them boys.
And then big hits. Because Notch, honestly, to tell the truth, them dudes, they weren't that good in coverage. But if you come rolling out there thinking you could catch the ball and you ain't going to get hurt, hopefully you paid your insurance up. Because when you catch the ball, there's going to be violence.
You getting hit.
It sounded like a car accident on TV. Bam!
But yeah, that wouldn't last. We'll be getting flagged all over the place if we still have them boys now.
I know. The rules took them right out of the game. And their careers did start to go down after that too.
It would have been the most penalized team in the NFL.
Oh God. Well, yeah. The league
That's
has
how we
changed.
used to be with Cal though. When Cal first started, we had mad flags. We had too many flags his first year.
Yeah, they've straightened that out, actually, haven't they?
Yeah, straighten that up big time. And a lot of people forgetting George Kittle, like when he was a rookie, then he had like a dropping problem.
Yep. Hey, George was good the first year, but not real good. Nothing compares to right now. He just that's what hard work does. Yeah, George.
Hard work.
Yeah, he worked on his game and got to where he is now. But yeah, George wasn't famous yet. That's why that first year when we won any games and all them scores were close, that was Kyle setting things up for those guys.
Yeah, Jimmy G.
Yeah, especially that last part of the season. That was G carrying the team. Nodge, he's going to be doing that this year too. G's acting like he don't feel no knee anymore now. He's just out there rolling around natural.
I can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
I say he took his knee brace off. Yeah. I can't wait. I always love G. I ain't never doubted him. And low key, I'm starting to like. I got a feeling that Pettis gonna pop off because at first I ain't even have him. Like I ain't even mess with him like that. But now I'm starting to get a little optimistic.
I've been thinking that way. I've been telling people we talk about Pettis for the last season and going into this season. Watch him jump up this year. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Because when Pettis on his A game, Jimmy loved him.
Wasn't he?
I was looking back. That was his first touchdown pass against the Vikings was to Pettis.
And he was the only one who could find his way intelligently at that out of the pack and circled around. Because, who was that out there with him just watching him? The other, what was that guy we got? His name slips me. But anyway, Pettis circled around the whole defense deep in the corner, and G hit him perfect. I said, ooh, look at this. Fam, hey, Dodge, we're out of time. Dodge, let me see Friday, all right?
All right, cool.
All right, man. Appreciate hearing from you, too.
All right.
Night, Dodge.
Yes, sir.
And Guerrero! Go! I know, Grandma, man, James is still drunk from last night. More one or the other. When he go Niners. My birthday's on September 12th, the first game. Oh! Guerrero! We're going to celebrate that day, too, with a win. And you know this. Yeah, James, I thought he had one. And the Mad Niner says, and thanks for that contribution, fam, can you please remind Texas boy that Dak isn't worth the paper his contract is printed on. Texas boy. Dak should be getting paid no more than $25 a year. That's it, max. And then he's being gifted. You know what's so funny? Because Dak had like damn near 5,000 yards last year against some of the worst defenses in the NFL. I don't blame Jerry. He ain't played nobody. Hey, Shay, come on in, man.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Shay, doing good, man. You know, anytime I'm talking about the 49ers, I'm always in a good mood. Because we got things going on now. We got Tavon Austin rolling
about
up
right
in
around
camp.
the corner, Ronbo.
I know, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're in the middle of the month
I'm
almost.
just Tavon Austin. Hopefully we sign him. I'll get to that. But, Ronbo, I woke up so happy. I was seeing everything, you know.
I know, right?
Grant Cohn's
Kittle.
fucking dumbass was talking about, George Kittle this, the 49ers rumor article. You got, I think, Michael Silver tweeting this. I'm like, oh, man, we finally did it. It's 2.8, 6-year deal. You're going to get $25 million signing bonus. It's 15.8 salary. I'm like, oh, my gosh, we finally did it. Oh, thank you, Lord. And then all of a sudden, George Kittle retweets that and says, y'all believe anything on the internet? And I was just like, oh,
Shay,
no.
I was thinking our whole program today, our whole get together was going to be the celebration of George. I went and did something else, and fortunately, I went and did something else. I came back, and there it was, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Nothing but.
Yeah, George ain't signed nothing. I said, oh, man, damn.
Exactly.
You're playing with us like that. That ain't even right.
Exactly. That ain't even right. It was. Well, I think the first one ever. I think it was Grant Cohn who broke it, and then everybody else was like, "Oh, rumor this, rumor that," and then Michael Silver caught onto it, and then he started tweeting about it. And then I'm like, "Okay, this is actually real." And then obviously Kittle came out, so I was really kind of hurt. But the good news is, Tavon Austin. I really like. If we get him, I really like the signing. He was a former Ram. He he comes from McVay system, similar to Kyle's, but Kyle teams up a lot better than McVay does.
Yeah.
But what you're looking at is like the motion wide receiver, because you guys forget Tavon Austin was running back / wide receiver when he played for Cal back in his college days, and he had like one of the most. I think he had the greatest Cal season in modern history. The dude's receiving and rushing numbers were insane, but. Again, Tavon Austin, and he also split carries a little bit at running back, too, for Dallas, too, when Zeke was out, and they had...
I remember that. Shay?
The system from Bay. Oh, hello?
Yeah, you're back in now. All right, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, yes. Say he pretty much knows the system from McVay, Ronbo, so he knows the system from McVay, so that motion wide receiver that we're going to be seeing is going to be, I think, crucial. With Debo being out, you could run the motion wide receiver screen with Tavon Austin and Brandon Ayuk. And I think that would be a deadly wombo combo. Also, Tavon can burn the top off the defense. And I think Ayuk can too. So you're going to have some really good pieces for Jimmy to play with. Plus, Jalen Hurts coming back, Trent Taylor. So I really do think Jimmy's going to take the next step, Ronbo. But I just think that the Tavon Austin signing will be great. Also, too, we don't have really a punt returner, because don't forget, we cut DJ Reed because he had a torn pec, and then also too, Richie James is nursing that broken, he's broken wrist. So now it's going to be Pettis and Trent Taylor, and you don't want any injuries with Trent, especially being off that ankle. I know he's 100%, but I'd rather see him as a wide receiver. So you can get Tavon also for a punt returner and a kick returner too. So I'm just saying, I do think Tavon Austin brings a lot more assets. And I just think, again, with him being part of the Rams and being good at, he has good vision as a wide receiver, almost like running back vision. I think he could be another explosive weapon, especially with screens. He's a great screen runner. So I would hopefully, if the physical goes well, that they do end up signing him and make a pickup on him. So, and then also too, to talk about the defense, Ronbo.
One thing before you go to that though, tell me, give me your 6 wide receivers. If you're bringing in Tavon Austin, it makes it even more interesting. Right. How are you going to do?
Right. Well, okay, so I would do okay. Well, because
you want to think about it?
I'm pretty sure
I've already thought about it. I don't know what to do.
I'm pretty sure Debo and like Richie James are going to start on the pup, right? because I don't think we're going to have him the first week because I think we start in 2 weeks, right? In September, like the first week of September is our first game against Arizona. So, literally, I think you're going to be able, the first 6, I think that'll make it, depending on when they put them on IR and PUP, the guys that already have existing injuries going into the season. I think it's going to be Trent, Hurd, Ayuk, Tavon Austin. Ooh, this is tough, Ronbo.
Ain't it? Yeah, I already thought about this.
Yeah.
I said, now what? You know,
okay,
because all the reasons you gave for Tavon Austin are excellent reasons, and I do think this is actually going to happen. Richie James is going to get waived as soon as he comes off the IR.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He would have to. It would have to be Richie would have no choice, because
that was
Richie would have no choice. He's going to be on IR. Yeah.
Especially that was his job. And Tavon, they're going to give it to Tavon, who's already proven that he's probably very, very good return guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you know what, Rumble? That's tough because I forgot Pettis, too. Like, Pettis won't even – if you put Pettis would be the 6th guy, but then you're forgetting, like – because I said KB was number 5, and then after that, yeah, Rumble. That's tough. I mean, the wide receiver depth is strong, which is a good note. So –
unless they keep 7. But that's the only that's the only thing I can say. Okay, we'll find out. All right,
yeah,
but go ahead. What was you gonna say about the D? Yeah.
Oh no, I'm just with the coordinator we got from Miami, I believe, right?
Oden, Tony Oden.
Yeah, DB coach. Yeah, the DB coach. Yeah, I think I would like to see some more flashes. I just hope that we're not going to be. I know he's going to bring like a more presence of I guess like a ball hawk type of mentality. But I do. I mean, I don't want it to be to a point where we're losing the eraser mentality, because what kept the Niners defense so good was because we just didn't give up a lot of big plays. And I don't want mistakes to happen to where they're trying to go for the ball and trying to create a turnover, and it ends up being like a 60, 70-yard touchdown. You know what I mean? So I mean, we're running a cover 3 press fail scheme, so I don't know how much you can do, with trying to bite or trying to bait, throws from quarterbacks. I know it's all timing, and I believe in our pass rush, but you don't want to start giving up big plays.
I think the dude is talking about a hybrid defense. You know what? I think the 49ers is going to fall into man defense on many occasions, and maybe even more so than we saw last year. My guess.
I think it just might, Ronbo.
Yeah.
That might be doing that. The cover 1, what is it? The cover 1 trap, the cover 1 hole that Pats with like a deep. You got a deep seam route. You got a deep zone, and then you have a linebacker that's zoning the middle, probably Wagner, and then everybody else is in man.
Disguising,
you know what I mean?
disguising, exactly. Yeah. So.
Yeah. All right, Ronbo. Shout out to my TNT brothers, Will, Dre, Trey, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, Russo, all my guys. Ronbo, you have a good night as always. And as always, brother, much love, and thank you for the opportunity. And you guys hit that like and subscribe to Ronbo, man.
Hey, back at you, Shay. Appreciate you, fam. I'll see you Friday. All right.
See you Friday, Ronbo.
Looking forward. Night, man. Hey, here's Shay Lewis running it down. And all these things. But second, if you're a Tavon Austin fan, please give me your wide receiver room. It's just getting more rougher all the time. We have 100 offensive linemen. Who's leaving? Because the league is expanding. You can have a couple more. But we're bringing offensive linemen like crazy now. We are not coming up short this year on offensive linemen. We lost a game because of that. Joe Staley was not ready to play. But what made the 49ers think that he should be out there? See? Hey, Niner Mags, imagine Trent, Kittle, Juice leading the way for Debo. Oh, going to be an epic season. See, with Kyle Shanahan, all 11 guys on this team will block. That's why the run game is what it is, So yeah, but that's the elite group route leading that charge, boy. And you got Thomason over there too. Lakin is actually a better road grader than he is protector, which is most 49ers offensive linemen are. So hey, IB.
Ronbo, mic check. How we sounding tonight?
I mean, microphone sounds better than ever.
What's going on?
Oh, IB, man. First of all, from now on, I will no more crying wolf about George Kittle's contract. When I see news from now on, I'm not going to say, shh. Man, I ain't gonna get excited about that. 5 minutes from now, nigga, George Kittle will be tweeting. People, I've asked you not to believe everything you see on the internet, man. They ain't paid me a dime. and also, you've got Tavon, which is intriguing, in his 4.3. He's 29 now. Is in the mix. See what he does next. Jason Verretta's
we've
looking a
been
lot better.
seeing his name pop up a lot lately. We've been seeing his name pop up lately.
Tavon. He's going around from team to team? Because that's the first time I noticed, though.
Yeah. Well, he just played with the Cowboys last year, right?
Yeah.
for a couple of years.
IB, do you wonder
if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, well, you're right. Why won't people keep Tavon now? I still don't understand why the Rams got rid of him.
I don't know. I mean, he's kind of like a older, smaller version of what they got going on over there in KC with Sammy Watkins, and finally he found a place that he's going to sit down at.
That's true. Sammy has been
around. I mean, realistically, you know what I'm saying? They've been doing the same thing, play the same position, except Sammy's bigger and Sammy is more dynamic at this stage right now. But
he actually gets hurt more though. Well, I'm shocked he lasted all last year.
Yeah. Well, they spent a lot of money this offseason in KC, so I'm pretty sure that has something to do with it too, right? But I don't know where this, I'll be honest with you. I don't have anything negative to say about Tavon Austin if we take a look at him, But like I said last time we spoke, and as I continue to say this offseason, man, I'm set personally. I'm ready to get ready and get some familiarity with these players that we got. They, I feel like I don't know how many players we're allowed to have this year, but I feel like we got too many. You know what I'm saying? So it's I don't know what we're gonna do, man. But we got a ton of talented players on the team, man. Even the guys that we don't. Yeah. I mean, even the ones that we don't think are gonna make the squad, or the ones we feel may get cut, are talented players. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Wide receiver position right now, I'm not going to say we're crowded, but it's a lot of potential. I know Dion was saying a couple weeks ago that something about potential, but realistically, we got so many players that we can move from H-back to fullback to tight end to, you know what I'm saying, receiver. At that position, at the 3-4 position, man, that we just have a lot of flexibility, and I just like to see it all work itself out. And I think, being that it's a short off season, with the no preseason, I think that kind of works into our favor, because you don't get to see. There's no preview of nothing. Everything kind of reveals itself right in front of you. You know what I mean? So,
and then it's too late. for the defense,
right? And I'm sure Kyle has let everybody know and got them aware of that. So, it's going to be interesting for sure. My main concern right now is health. Is that everybody can stay healthy throughout the season, and that pretty much determines where we'll be at and how far we can go, in my opinion. Because I think we got the players. I mean. I don't know why we keep picking up so many offensive linemen right now, too. It's like every time we turn around, we find another
offensive lineman coming in.
Yeah, man, another one. And then
I just want to go back to something you just said, though. The first 2 to 3 weeks, until people get film on each other, every game's going to be a shootout, isn't it? And I don't think so much with the 49ers, because the front rush is still, that's just raw football. That's still going to be a problem for any offense. But and that you're right about the advantage we have offensively, too. If you have no idea what Kyle Shanahan is doing, that could get out of hand really fast. So,
realistically, I mean, we have so much talent that we can play basic football
And still hurt
for the
people.
first couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Because we can maneuver. I mean, we can rotate so many people in and out. We've seen it, with even our tight ends at the fullback position. Like I said, and not to underestimate Kyle Juszczyk, man, because that guy he held us down a lot last year, and I think this year, I expect to see him in that screen. Kind of like Mike Allstott used to be, very, very uncontrollable, and you can't determine which way he's coming from. If they can, if Jimmie can start to get comfortable out there and call his audibles to the point where he can switch his screens here, there without Kyle Shanahan's input, it'll be interesting. It'll be real interesting,
If Weston Richburg is healthy, and that's pretty much where the edge is. Richburg's got to be able to read that D really quick. This is what what goes on in Kyle's offense, and then Jimmie will have an idea as to what to expect and where he can go from there. There's a lot of variables involved before that snap, which is amazing. But yeah.
Well, the thing about that is, who was it? Richburg. He just got pulled off a pup, right? And we got 30 days or so. So that's kind of interesting right there. We want I'm looking at Richburg like I'm looking at Debo realistically. I don't want to see him back until if he's going to be somebody that we want to see after this season, then I don't want to rush him back neither, because we haven't seen him healthy yet.
And he may not have to, because Spencer Long, I think he's worked with Kyle before. He'll be at center most likely, unless they go ahead and start with Garland. Garland's probably going to start. I take that back. But I don't know if Garland has the same talent at center as Richburg or maybe Spencer Long may have. Well, I guess we'll see, because I think they went and got Spencer Long just for this reason. So we'll find out.
The good thing about Garland, the thing I like about him is he's a veteran player who he doesn't get exposed. He works to the strength of his offensive line.
He stays within himself.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah. And I think with who is it, Brunskill over there, and Lakin and Mike and Trent. I think it gives him a little bit of security as well. So, and I think the offense will be quicker. If we can get off the ball quicker this year, then they ain't got to hold those blocks as long. You know what I'm saying?
Look for all of that in the second year. Them guys together, especially with G now, got a second year behind him. I mean, let me see you Friday, fam. All right?
You already know. I appreciate you, Ronbo, and
Thanks,
shout out to the
No, go ahead. Give you a shout out.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was just going to say shout out to all y'all, man, and I appreciate time. You already know. Have a good night, Ralph.
You too, fam. Say shout out to the kids, too. All right, Ivy. See you later.
They better be asleep. You already know. All right.
All right, fam. Night.
Yeah. Night.
And hey, it's a big show. Big show. Thanks for that drop in, fam. Thanks for that contribution. And I believe the Rams had traded for Brandon Cooks at the time. When they shipped Austin off to the Cowboys, Austin brings a speed and veteran presence. It's going to be Austin, ain't it? It's going to be Austin. Kyle is not going to want to just do without speed. It's Austin. But you know what's going to be funny? If indeed, because Austin's fast, but so is Ayuk. If Ayuk develops this year, Austin will be looking for a job again this time next year. I wonder what kind of contract they gave him. Hey, tonight, if you call in tonight, make sure if you're keeping Austin, tell us what you're going to do with your wide receiver room. I gave up. Dante's not going anywhere. I just know it. John, come on in, John.
Ronbo, my dude, what's happening, brother?
John, so many things. And the bad thing about it is so much interesting news, and then you get that nasty news. Because I thought we were going to be having fun tonight singing, celebration time, come on. There's a George Kittle signing today. He's got 6 years. No. George comes in and sets everybody straight on Twitter. Man, you guys believe everything you see on Twitter? All the wind by high. I came all the way down, not only to the dirt, John. It looked like a backhoe would have to get me up out of the dirt. Oh, I couldn't believe it. I said, oh, come on, guys. Why? Whoa. Don't, Grant, please, consider your sources and don't do that. God dang. But anyway.
94 million, brother.
Oh,
God, Ronbo, that number scares the shit out of me.
but it's a 6-year deal, so.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a lot more than I thought. I mean,
almost made him $100 million man. I know.
Yeah, Jesus. Well, anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, right?
Apparently.
Tonight's Tavon Austin. Hey,
and that
Ronbo,
defense.
I'm not really opposed. Yeah, I mean, you mean
secondary?
Tony, you talking about Tony Oden from Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, Ronbo. I was listening to Shay's take on it, and I mean, I was kind of thinking the same thing. What if you change things and then
make a mess,
and then quarterbacks start throwing on us more because they see opportunity? I don't know, Ronbo. I mean, they were reluctant to do it this season, so I don't know. I mean, it could be great. I'm not opposed to it. I mean, what's the worst case scenario? You try it and you scheme it up a little different. You use Jimmie Ward all over the place out there.
Mm-hmm.
Might be fun. Let's give it a try. I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah, I kind of trust Saleh. I think Saleh, being the brilliant dude he is, he'll look at what Oden's trying to do, and they'll talk about it. Because, Saleh is not going to be embarrassed because of his secondary coach came in and sort of get a little too jiggy and screwed things up. Because you're talking about one of the best secondaries in the league last year. They were number 2, right? We didn't give up anything back there. So you can't get too cute. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But if you're going to improve it, okay.
Yeah. I mean, by improving it though, Ronbo, I mean that would take some significant change, right?
Well,
I mean, how much more could you change it?
I mean, you go from number 2 to number 1, I guess. But what are you going to do to do that? You're right. It's risky.
I mean, it's too risky. I'm not opposed to it. I'd like to see what he can do, but just make sure you save those. That last season, I want you to go back, dial it back a little bit. Don't get too cute.
Mm-hmm.
With Tavon Austin, though, Ronbo, I mean, we were talking Gabriel 3 days ago, and now we're talking Tavon Austin. This dude wasn't even a thought. So
I mean, I was surprised.
Did we bring him to return? We need speed.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of reminds me of Goodwin. Like, I don't think Goodwin was 5'8", 170 pounds. I mean, this dude's kind of small. He's about 5'8", 170. Quick.
Yeah, those guys are always light in the pants. Yeah.
And what if he's there for Trent Taylor's position? What if they're not sold on Trent? Trey from VA was talking about it tonight, man. He doesn't feel like they were like they're sold on Trent Taylor. Are they looking for replacements? I mean, Trent's so familiar with Trent's familiar.
I would bet against that. Taylor's pretty much a lock. What I think is they needed that guy. Richie's laying on the bench, and they probably wanted to upgrade at that spot. That's why they brought Travis Benjamin in the first place. Travis said, man, I got to go. And so now, it was going to be between Travis and Richie. Richie's laying up with a broken wrist. And Tavon Austin was just out there hanging out. He's going to be a return guy. And also, he's going to be that guy that they're going to streak on occasion to open up that offense, most likely. I got to say, Tavon's got, how some guys are just really fast? He could be electric quick along with that speed. I think Kyle knows he can do things with that. So,
well, that's excellent. I mean, why not? I'd like to see him out there with the veteran presence for the young guys too. I'd like to see that. I think we covered that before. We said that would be excellent. We need that. We need a veteran presence in the wide receiver room.
That's always a good thing. But who do you get rid of? I've been trying to line up 6 or 7 guys. bringing Austin in, and I've already waived Richie James. You line these guys up, and you're looking at Dante, and you're thinking, what am I going to do with Dante? But Dante may have a bust out. He may go nuts this year. And, now what? Man. Because there's five guys you got to keep.
I keep Hurd, KV. Trent Taylor, Ronbo, is he's my only one that I'm kind of leery on right now. I'm sorry. I know.
He's Jimmy's.
He's the only one that may not fit.
No, he's actually Jimmy's safety net. So you know what?
He is Jimmy's safety net. He is, but we haven't seen him out there since
long time. So I don't know how he looks.
Yeah.
All I remember is last year the report was he was the best looking thing in camp. So I'm figuring from the strength of that report from last year, he comes back this year with a bigger vengeance than he did last year. He's probably pretty much going to be one of the main targets this year. So now you got Debo to add to that for number 4. And you just 5 has got to be Ayuk. I'm trying to wonder, Coach, why'd you
Juwan Jennings?
What? Oh. It gets more and more complicated.
Bro, but we have too many, dude. We have too many, and now we're going to start.
You know what?
I do like that we can play with that. What is it? The practice squad. I like how we can swap. You know what I mean? I like how we can put you over here and leave you there for a little bit, and if we want you, we'll come and get you.
And put you back for 2 weeks without clearing waivers.
Yeah.
Jennings could be that guy they put on the P. I don't know. I can't.
Okay,
imagine.
I'll change it. Trent Taylor, we hold on to. Juwan Jennings, he's on the bubble.
Wow. Or the practice squad. John,
the practice squad, yeah.
We ruminated all our time away. I didn't even realize I was going by. All right. Let's see what happens on Friday. All right.
Ronbo, I cannot wait, my friend. I'll be there, brother. Thank you for everything you do, my man. Stay safe. Good night, my man.
Thanks, John. Always appreciate you, fam. Talk to you in a bit.
Always a pleasure. Good night.
And there he is. It's Dollar Bill Will.
Hey, Ronbo, go to another caller because I'm at the drive-through.
Okay.
And I'm pissed off. So
I don't blame you. If they're not treating you right, let them have it. All right. I'll be back.
I'll tell you about it. Just go to the next caller. Appreciate it.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Hey, I see somebody. Hey, Rodney.
Hey, Ronbo.
Rodney, come on in, man. Join in on this because, tonight, your feeling on people getting us all hyped up about George Kittle. Tavon Austin is suddenly involved with the 49ers wide receiver room. And J-Dub says he's got some secrets and things going on, and Tony Oden is cooking up in camp right now. What could he possibly be talking about? Because we do know about the blitzing and some of these other things, but what else could it possibly be? But go ahead.
Well, all right. Who got the best coach right now?
Offensively? Actually, Kyle Shanahan ain't nobody.
NFL.
Oh, NFL, the best coach in NFL?
NFL star.
Oh, man. I don't want to be biased on this. Who is Rodney? Good God, what a question. Is it Bruce Arians?
Who got the best coach? No. It's Kyle Shanahan, baby.
All right. I ain't gonna
Shanahan. All right. And then I put this to you. All right. Everybody's talking about, George Kittle, this and that, contract and everything. Relax. That's going to get taken care of. Okay? Okay. But talking about they need a speedy wide receiver, this and that. All right. You got to understand. What wide receivers do we have?
As far as we got a number. Some of them are expendable, but 6 or 7 of them, you just really wonder what you go do. But you say that to say what?
But what they did, all right. The ones they didn't do it last year, could they do it this year? And the rookies that we picked up this year, can they do it? automatically.
But we only picked up one.
Well, we picked up 2 rookies
Oh, I'm
wide
sorry.
receivers.
Yeah, I forgot. I keep 7th round. I keep forgetting about Jennings. I continually keep forgetting about Jennings. But
You
go ahead.
can't forget about him.
I know.
Can't forget about him.
I know he's a bad boy.
You can't. You can't forget about him. Because you know why? Because him and Ayuk, what is it, Ayuk, is it?
Yeah.
They both gonna explode. I'm telling you. Who got the best coach in the league?
49ers.
49ers, baby.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan is the best coach in the league. And you know what?
Especially
He's gonna make these plays. And oh man, I just forgot. Did we just sign 1 year Reed from the Redskins?
Yep.
The back, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's that? That's even causing more problems to coordinators. Like
you got a 2-headed
they
monster out
don't-
there now. Yep.
Exactly. And he could block. He does his thing no matter what.
Mm.
All right. He's been in the league this so long, this and that. All right. But he could do his thing. If you could keep him healthy with George Kittle and keep this monster receiver that we got, Jalen, man, let me tell you something. Jalen Hurts is going to explode. That's all I got to say, man. That's all I got to say, Ronbo.
I tell you.
Jalen Hurts is going to explode. That's
really,
all I got to say.
All he's got to do is stay healthy. If Jalen Hurts is healthy, you're right. That dude's
He's going to explode. Yo, this guy is a monster, man. Yo, he will run over you no matter what.
We're through.
You could put him in tight end. Man, you could put him as a running back. Come on out.
Yeah.
And who's the best coach in the NFC?
There he is.
Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
There you go. Kyle Shanahan part. They'll do a triple back, everything. And who you going to see in the back? Jalen Hurts.
You know, it would be so funny to see him coming around in that sweep. You remember, there's enough time to develop. You got Debo and Ayuk dashing by each other. All of a sudden, Hurd curls back below both of them, and the ball goes to him after he's drawn the defense all to one side. Because normally on that switch, it's only one.
Yeah, exactly. Let Debo get healthy.
I'm talking about 4 weeks into the season.
It's not in a rush.
Yeah.
We got weapons.
If you got Tavon Austin, though, you know, Rodney, you bring Tavon Austin in this mix now. Ooh, that's...
Yeah, but Ayuk got speed.
You can bring them both.
You don't have to bring him. No, I don't want him. Hell no. He'll probably get cracked and be injured. I don't want him.
Austin?
We want our rookie to develop and do his thing.
Yeah, you don't give too many snaps, but on that jet sweep, oh my Lord. I got 3 speedsters dashing by each other. You talk about hiding the ball and scaring the defense and got them going the wrong direction. All of a sudden...
They don't even know where he's going.
As I say, all of a sudden Hurd picks up from the slot position and runs through around the other side. Give him the ball! Hurd comes around that corner. That dude can run.
Exactly.
So, you know.
Yeah, and he's a monster. I'm telling you, who got the best coach?
49ers.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, Kyle Shanahan is cooking this playbook up for this season. It's not even funny, man.
Oh.
Y'all need to relax with yourselves. Talk about we need this speedy. Man, listen, man, relax. What we need is protect Jimmy G and the defense, get that quarterback. That's it.
And win games.
That defensive line, get him. That's all we need, man. That's all we need, like we did last year.
Mm-hmm.
That defensive line, get him. You know what I'm saying?
It's like sick 'em.
We put up the points. You know, we got the running backs. We got the running backs, baby.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they want to stop the running back, if they want to stop the running play, We hit him with a play action.
It's
George
gonna be that
Kittle's
anyway.
wide open.
Rodney, we got to go, Rodney. Great stuff. I love it, man.
All right. Yeah.
So we get a chance. Let's come on back on Friday, okay?
All right.
Thanks, man. Night, Rodney. Remember, fam, tonight the question is, who's got the best coach? I like that. I should have put that. Who's got the best coach? We got to do a whole program on that. Because, they're going to argue with you in Kansas City and also New England. Who else thinks they got a good coach? Eagles think they got a good coach. And the Hawks think, I wonder what the Hawks are thinking, though, about Pete Carroll. I mean, in general, I wonder if Will is still with the people at the checkout, because they may have to pull Will off of somebody. Hey, Will!
Ronbo, what's up, man? What's going on?
Yeah, we were just waiting to see the outcome of your situation there. Because tonight, as you know, we're concerned. Jimmie Ward is coming in and got everybody peaked on. What is he talking about? We got some things we're working on in the secondary. What? But he can't tell you. Oh, of course you can't tell us. But why'd you even say you got something special going on in the secondary? Now everybody's wondering what you're talking about. And all of a sudden, Tavon Austin is coming to Santa Clara looking for a job. Are you ready for that? I don't even want to talk about George Kittle. You can if you want to, but yeah.
Well, Ronbo, I want to address this. This is the part I'm going to address because I'm mad about it. And I hope the faithful will understand. And I hope they get it this one time and one time only, because I'm about tired of this. To the faithful, please don't ever listen to Grant Cohn. I mean it, Ronbo. I mean it.
I know you ain't playing.
I'm dead serious. Don't ever listen to Grant Cohn. I'm trying to tell you, this dude does not need our attention. The dude is a knockoff reporter. He's not verified on any social media site. This man sat up there and said that Jamal Adams' trade was picking up steam. This man sat up here and said Jamal Adams was going to be a 49er. And then turn around, he goes to Seattle, and then John Lynch comes out talking about they never made talks with trying to get Adams. And then you have this Grant Conehead dude now want to sit up here and say that George Kittle is going to get signed from a source he got saying George Kittle going to get signed Friday with all the numbers and details. And then you got George Kittle has to take time out of his hard work and dedication to go on social media and subtweet and say everybody, whatever he said, everybody listening to whatever he's talking about. You see what I'm saying? Grant Cohn is not. He's a fake reporter, man. He's fake. You know what I'm saying? He's like a Chucky doll. He's like a Chucky doll. You get a Chucky doll. You get the Chucky doll box, but there's no Chucky doll in it. You see what I'm saying?
Chucky's walking around the house, hiding up underneath the bed, waiting for you to come out with a book tonight.
You know what I'm saying? And you got people out here putting them on a podcast and all that stuff, and he ain't worth nothing. Man, don't ever listen to this dude, bro. I'm letting everybody know this right now. Leave that dude alone. Don't ever listen to nothing he say at all. If 49er wears on retweet something that he says, don't believe it. It ain't nothing but clickbait. It ain't nothing but clickbait, man. And I'm so sick and tired of this dude, because he don't even talk good about the team anyway. And y'all want to go ahead and believe that this dude saying that Allen will be a 49 and George Kittle is going to get this signed a certain amount of money and he going to get signed on this day? Come on, man. Y'all better leave that dude alone, bro. I didn't block him on all my social media sites, so I can't see all the bull stuff he put on there. So I'm done with that, man. That's all I wanted to say, Ronbo. But moving on, man. Tavon Austin, man, we need to go ahead and get rid of Richard James immediately, because Richard James doesn't have enough heart on special teams. He waves his hands when the players are already 20. When the player is 20 yards away from him, he waves his hands. When he does catches the ball on kickoff and punt return, all they do is do a little shuffle shake and then run out of bounds. You know, he don't take, he don't try to use the dog mentality to at least try to break through a hole or run over somebody. Tavon Austin does that.
Or take a better route or something. Don't just you're right. Stop heading for the sideline. There must be a crease in there somewhere. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Sometimes a punt return, when you play punt return, you got to make things happen. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes them holes ain't gonna open up for you, and you're gonna have to make things happen. I mean, I played it before. I played it a couple of times when I was in high school.
Return.
Sometimes them holes, huh?
Yeah, you played return. Yeah.
Yeah, punt return when I was in high school. Sometimes them holes ain't gonna open up for you. Sometimes you're gonna have to use good vision and make a way to get those yards. You see what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
But what Richard James does, he take the easy way out. He waves his hand when the player's not even close to him, and then when he does catch a return or kickoff, he do a little shake and then he run out of bounds. But Tavon Austin can do that, and I tell you what, Tavon Austin, he can do better than that. And Tavon Austin could be a good back pocket weapon for Kyle Shanahan.
I agree. I got a feeling Tavon, of all the people who keep coming in, rumors and everything, I think they might sign him, actually.
Ronbo, Tavon Austin hasn't been used the way he's supposed to be used. Now, he did play with Sean McVay, but Sean McVay, we all know Kyle Shanahan is a way better coach than Sean McVay. Kyle Shanahan can use this man's talent the way he was born with it. And I'm telling you that. Imagine with Debo out, imagine having Tavon Austin in there with IU. You still ain't gonna know who's gonna get those jet sweeps. And Tavon Austin can do jet sweeps. He can do jet sweeps. He can do the long deep ball, everything. He got the same attributes like IU and Debo.
That's why I agree. I got a feeling this is gonna happen. Now, Will, who do you get rid of? You can't keep everybody now. You got a lot of guys in that room, and Ayuk and Jennings. Ayuk staying. Is Jennings? What are you gonna do with him? Is he going to the practice squad?
I don't know, because Jennings, he's a big receiver, and in order to play in Kyle Shanahan offense as a wide receiver, you got to be big and you got to be able to block.
But Austin's not big. But he I don't know how well he blocks.
Right, but I'm saying if you're gonna run them zone stretches, you don't need to put Austin in there. You need to put the big receivers in there.
Yeah.
So they can block on the outside and create those holes, because you got the big offensive line as well with Kittle and Juice. But I don't know. We'll see. But I know Richard James is going to be odd man out if Tavon Austin gets signed. I believe it's going to be him.
No doubt.
And with the secondary, Tony Oden, I think he's going to work out. You got to remember Tony Oden under Tony Oden in Miami last season. Their secondary was ranked number 1 in the league in interceptions. They had the most interceptions than any other team in the league last season under Tony Oden.
Okay,
so,
that's a nice bit of information to know about. All right, so we got somebody who knows what he's doing. So if one more thing before I get out, if they're gonna end up playing man press, don't put Spoon in there. Don't put Spoon in there. You got to put Mosley in there. You know what? They're gonna be real careful about that.
Spoon ain't gonna help you either way. I'm telling you, Spoon ain't got it, and I see him eventually being gone too. I mean, that's just my bold opinion.
Could be right. So because if the kid that we didn't see last year pans out, and also Maiden can play safety and corner, Spoon could be challenged. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. I will. I'll be looking for you. I'll be looking for you Friday.
All right, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to my TNT fam, man. All you guys, y'all know who y'all are, man. Hey, man. Y'all better quit in the Grand Cone. Dude, don't listen to anything he say at all. Don't do it. F the Rams, F Rudy. They lost the Super Bowl. They only scored 3 points. They ranked 3rd in the NFC West last year. And they broke. All right, Ronbo.
Will, always great to hear from you. I'll see you Friday. Hey,
all right, man.
Rams, that's got to be Yannick Bird's team, right? Hey, Krusty.
Hello?
Krusty, Come on in, man. You know, there are several things on the plate tonight. As you know, Will is very upset with Grant Cohn. And also, it seems Tavon Austin is looking to be a 49er. And also, what is Jimmie Ward talking about? Dub's talking about, well, we're working on some things that I can't reveal, but you're going to see a lot of different football this year, including blitzing. I could be at the line of scrimmage on different situations, plays. There's no telling where I'll be. What is that? So if he's doing that with Dub, there's no telling what he's doing with the rest of those guys, too. Jimmy's not going to be the only moving part on that defense. And I'm just trying to figure out how the scheme is going to lean in different directions. My suspicion is. But, Krusty, what are you thinking?
I'm with Will. I'm pissed at Grant Cohn, too, and I blocked his stupid ass. After I saw that thing, I was like, okay, we'll see. I saw who it was, and I was like, okay. And then I saw what George said. I was like, I knew it. I knew it. I was like, this guy doesn't say anything but a bunch of bull crap. Every time we freaking post something stupid that's just worthless.
God. Grant, he must have lost a lot of following today. It must have been in droves. I think that really pissed people off. And George Kittle is what killed him. George comes in and says, you guys believe everything you see on the internet, huh? Oh, my God. Right. Oh! So, yeah.
Right.
Not a good day to be.
The thing about Tavon Austin, the thing about Tavon Austin is who you're going to replace.
Yes,
who are we going to cut to put him into the play, into play? And that's the question is, and not only that, if you look at Tavon Austin's stats for every place that he's played, he's got 1,340 rushing yards for a first-round pick in 7 years, and only 2,005 receiving yards for a first-round pick. So what's he going to do?
First-round pick is killing him. Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't lived up to his expectations. He hasn't lived up to anything. No one's been able to use him. No one's found the right way to do it. You know, he only got like 1,900 return yards too, and that's nothing. That's nothing. You know, George Kittle's getting that for those freaking numbers in 1 year. You know, so why are we going to freaking pull this guy that's a nobody that has to come into our system, learn our system, and do everything? Why are we going to bring somebody? He's already proven that he can't do anything in the NFL.
Krusty's exposing.
You know, I don't think that he's that great.
Krusty's exposing Tavon. You're exposing Tavon. I haven't been paying attention to Tavon. I didn't look at his numbers, but that's not good. I mean, and the Rams considered him a bust for being a first-round pick and not doing any more than he did. But Krusty, you know what? Actually, he knows a little bit what Kyle's doing because working with McVay. But do you think Kyle could maybe utilize him a little better than the other coaches, or really you just completely unsold on him?
I'm unsold on him at all. You know, because you sit back, he ran like a 4.34 his combine.
Yep.
That's what his 40 time was. When it comes down to it, Brandon Ayuk is going to be just as fast. If we need a speed guy for the outside, we already got him. What do we need him for? We don't need Tavon Austin. You know, I don't think that it's a necessary pickup. I don't. You know, return abilities. We already got Dante Pettis. I keep saying, put him in there.
You know what? Tavon could be based on just veteran status. That's the only reason. Otherwise, you got it. That's an awfully good point. That's not a lot of good yardage. And why do teams keep feeling easily releasing him? They just do it like the Rams. As soon as McVay got there, he finished that year and goodbye, thank you. And did he play 1 year or 2 years with the Cowboys?
That's right. That's exactly right. Once McVay got a little taste of him, he knew that he wasn't good for the system, so he booted him off to the Cowboys. That's exactly right. So what do we want him for?
Yeah,
we don't want him.
You're right.
You know,
we got to be careful about picking up this trash. Yeah.
if we're going to go for a small, speedy receiver, go for Taylor Gabriel. He's already proven himself in Kyle Shanahan's system. He's the better choice.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't even think we need him. But if they're trying to go for somebody, I think we already got everybody. I think we already got everybody.
You know, somebody accuses Austin of being out of the basement, bargain basement. That might have a little bit to do with it. Because if Richie James doesn't return, I like where you're going with Dante Pettis, Trent Taylor. But why would the 49ers call him in?
They're calling everybody in. It's because the freaking
That's
NFL
true.
lifted up the tryout ban, so they're trying to bring in people just to try them out to see if they can
They
beat
fit.
somebody else out that's not so good on the 80-man roster, because they only got 80 men this year.
Yeah,
for-
and they haven't
for
got 80
training
yet.
camp. So if
They
they're-
had 79 until,
Right.
unless they signed somebody today. Oh, they did. They just signed an
Right,
offensive
so-
lineman. That's right.
Yeah, William Sweet or something like that.
That's
true.
him from
That's
the
right.
Cards.
Yeah, so, I don't think that Tavon Austin's going to, well, if he may make the team, or he may get signed, but I don't think he's making the team because who's he going to replace? We need, another thing that I always say, they even said it they say it all the time. Everybody said it on every interview. Wide receivers need to block downfield. Who's Tavon Austin going to block?
What does Tavon go? He's not 200 pounds, is he?
He's 185, like 5'8". Who's he going to block? He's going to get pushed out of the way. He's not going to block. That's why they even brought in all the big receivers, and that's why they keep asking all the offensive linemen about, and Kyle Juszczyk and everybody else is like, what do you think about all these big guys that they brought in? It makes it exciting for the run game because what do wide receivers do downfield? They block. They're going to be laying people out downfield.
And then all of a sudden they call Tavon. And Trent Taylor, but Trent Taylor's got heart. I understand he'll put his helmet in a big man's face in a heartbeat. So you have to block though. And most of the guys are bought into it on this team. So if Austin's going to come in and think all he's going to do is be cute, that's not going to happen.
Hey, I want to bring something up though. I was reading today. George Kittle has already been won over by Charlie Warner. I don't know if you read about that yet. Charlie Warner came up to George Kittle during a practice when they were doing a catching drill, and he was like, when are we going to go to the running game? Let's get down to the blocking and stuff. And George Kittle's already saying, this is my favorite tight end running mate right now. He loves the kid. He thinks that he's really good, and he's going to be good. So I'm excited for that, too.
I read about that the other day. So, yeah, I know about George appreciating Juden Warner. Great. Cresty, we're going to go. Cresty, I'll look for you Friday again. Time's moving out quick on people listening.
I want to say one thing, Ronbo, before I go. I'm going to make a prediction right now. I heard you talk about last year or a couple weeks ago about possibly drafting defensive linemen in the first round. I think we're going O-line this year. I think we're going to go either left tackle or center. I really do. I think we're going to do because of what Western Risberg. We don't know what's happened there. And Trent Williams, we don't know what's happened there. We got a stout defensive line. We're going O-line this year in the first round.
And the way we're calling O-linemen this year, you're right. And this is how it led up last year. Remember Kyle Shanahan they were parading defensive linemen in for the first 2 years like it was going out of style. And they've already pretty much reached their limit on that. They don't need anything else. So they just need guys to heal up. So I agree, Krusty. Could be. I said they were going to draft an O-lineman this year. They fooled me, actually. All right.
Right.
All right, Krusty.
All righty, man.
See you Friday.
Talk to you on Friday.
Looking forward. Night, fam.
Night,
yeah. That's the 49ers, boys. Because the 49ers believe in reinforcing them trenches, man. 49ers will go all day getting offensive and defensive linemen. We be sitting back. Oh, no. Give us a sexy pick. What is up with the line? You got to have the line to win. And of all people that should have learned from that by now, should be us. You ain't going nowhere without a defensive and offensive line. So, and Dion probably not. Hey,
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Oh, D, man. If you want to take a shot, it looks like it's a Grant Cone night. I tried not to mention no names in the beginning. I did say that Grant's probably embarrassed, but people are mad as hell at Grant. Grant, I'm mad at you. I figured you had numbers and details, of which I still wonder where you got those. But no, George says ain't happening. We'll see. And also, D, you can touch upon that if you like. Also, you have to think about J-Dub talking about things that are taking place in the defensive secondary that are interesting. He can't tell you. And then you got, of course, Tavon Austin, who wants to be a 49er. And do you want him to be a 49er?
No, I'm not really a big fan of Tavon Austin coming to the squad for what?
We already have enough people. We don't really have a need for Tavon Austin. So do I really care if he comes? I mean, if he comes, he comes. He's just going to be a return guy. At this point, it feels like a lot of people are saying they want to be a 49er just because they want to jump on the winning squad. You know, they already know we're headed back to the Super Bowl, and that's what our aim is.
But if that's the case, you better be able to contribute to that cause. Don't be coming in here having a seat, just riding the train, though.
That's the whole point. You know, like you're not going to be able to get that. You're going to have to wind up in a situation where you get there and you do that. And it's nothing. And then as far as George Kittle, I'll believe it when I see it. I don't trust anything. I mean, I'm not saying it's a negative thing for Grant Cohn. I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying I'll believe it when I see it. Once I see everything happening and I see the actual announcement of it, then I'm cool. Because George isn't necessarily the type of person to feed into a lot of BS, and he doesn't really address things. You've never really seen him on Twitter like that. So it's kind of odd that randomly, George Kittle is saying, hey, don't believe everything you see on the internet. For me, that's just how I think about that. I don't really care for the rest of the stuff. I mean, it is what it is.
But D, let me ask you something on that, because you could make a very good point. George Kittle is not one to get involved in that kind of conversation. That kind of tells me that he may be a little frustrated about what's going on here. And then when people start celebrating on Twitter, George, I'm not having this, man. Hey, guys, it's not happening, man. You guys believe everything you see on there. So that shows to me there's a little anger in that. Don't you think?
Yeah, because there's one or two things that could have happened with that. Either it's fake or George was like, shut the fuck up about my business.
Well, yeah, there's that.
There's a possibility. I mean, he's a really humble and quiet guy.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, it's still a situation where, you kind of like, I can understand people. You don't want people all in your business. You already have enough people watching your damn pockets all the goddamn time. So I can understand that.
At the same time, George, he likes his fans, though, and he probably doesn't want us going down no rabbit hole that ain't got nothing down there. This is, that's a strange thing.
That's the whole point for that. Like, he doesn't want anybody just being sucked into bullshit. So, I mean, that's smart. I wouldn't want my people sucked into BS, especially if I knew it wasn't true. Like, I mean, if you knew about the amount of money that I was going to get before I got it, I mean, shit, I'm all right with that, but just let me know. Because I want to join in the fun of celebrating my own goddamn cash.
But Grant the man had numbers. Usually when you say something like that, you just say George Kittle just signed his contract, but he came up with numbers, 6 and 94. It wasn't, he didn't say 93, 90, 95, 94. Where'd you get that number from? This is what makes me wonder.
He said, but basically, this is what happened. Grant, for me, from what I understood from watching his videos, so they do follow him on YouTube, Grant basically said, he basically did state, he was going to get a situation where I think he talked to someone who knew what's his name's agent, and that's what it was.
Oh, I think he's mentioned that before.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
So he basically did that. But I mean, like, as far like even the offensive line, I feel like right now we're just filling it up with bodies. Like the most DCs are not going to make the team. We know who our starting line is. We know who our the only people we have questions about is the offensive guys, and that's about it. Other than that, we don't have questions about anyone else. We know Debo's the number one. We know that you know what I'm saying? We have Sherm, we got Mosley, we got Akella. Like, we know these things already. We're not worried about this stuff. So as far as all these random bodies we keep signing throughout the day, I'm not paying attention to these cats. I know that at the end of the day, my starting O-line is Trent Williams, Laken Tomlinson, Lester Richburg, most likely Daniel Brunskill, and or Tom Compton and Mike McGlinchey. You know, I know my starting quarterback is Jimmie. I know my starting DB is, you know, Uncle Sherm and E-Man Mosley. Like, you know these things. You know the backfield has the safeties is Tartan Ward. Like, it is what it is.
Everybody else is working on a depth position. Exactly.
Exactly. It's just depth. And if you make the squad, you make the squad. If you don't, you don't. You know, and for me, once again, I'm going to tell y'all, all y'all in the chat, I'll get in there and go back and forth. I'm not jumping on this damn Jerick McKinnon train until his ass is on the field. I don't care what Juice said. I don't care what Trent said. I don't give a shit what nobody said. When Jerick McKinnon is on the goddamn field producing, I will believe. Other than that, I'm not jumping on shit. Because I already know everybody jumping on me.
And chat, you shouldn't jump on him because he is right to a very large degree. We need to see Jerick play, and then you can get all over D and say things like, D, you refuse to believe. You believe now. You know, they go get you, D. I'm telling you, man, you know. But I like a man who sticks by his convictions.
Here's the thing for me. I have always maintained it's not that I don't want him to win. It's the fact that he has not been here to produce. That is the point.
And you're looking forward.
I want him to win. Exactly.
And you're looking forward to being wrong on this. I know it. The chat is not knowing it, but I know it.
I want him to prove me wrong. I would really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Just like I want Dante Pettis to grow a pair, but that's neither here nor there. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, it is what it is. So, you know, once he gets there, then he'll get there.
That's it. All right. And when you get back to the chat, do me a favor, will you? Tell Yannick Bird there's no more Brady in New England, and no more Brady means no more rings, and no more players coming in to play for the Patriots to gain rings. I can't believe we have a Patriot fan here talking like that. Okay. But let him know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll get on him, man. But that to me, that's the thing. It's not period point blank. All them people that are looking at the people to come back from injury, unfortunately, I feel for Trent Taylor. I want him to be a winner. I want him to win too, but he has not been able to stay very healthy, and it's unfortunate. But if he can, hey, I'm digging it. I am digging it first. I'll be the first person to tell you I love it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good for me.
Yeah,
but that's basically what we are.
And you know what? You set yourself up for no pain because in this case, you're not having over expectations, bigger expectations than you could. So, you know, for a lot of us set ourselves up for pain. You know, like I thought last year that Dante was going to be a breakout player of the year. My feelings been hurt for a long time, you know, so you still got to wait.
Let me tell you one simple thing, and a lot of people in life and in the chat can probably relate to this. I grew up with a father who promised me the fucking world, and I never got shit. So when I didn't get shit, I didn't cry, I didn't pout. I learned to not have over expectations about anything. I was smart. So now in my life, hey, look, I tell people all the time, don't promise me shit, just tell me you're working on it. I can take that better than you lying to me. And that's just how it works. Now because of that, I don't have no worries, please. If Trent Taylor comes out and he winds up with his foot injured again, I'm not sad about that. If Dante Pettis comes out and he wants to fucking bake cookies and play with kittens, that ain't making no difference, never mind to me. It's the same shit that it's been. Hey, man, I appreciate the time, Ronbo. I know you got to go and get other people on the line. Love you, love what you do. Keep it pushing. D. And continue to keep us going, baby.
Yeah, you know I'm going to do this. And fam, as Dion goes back to the chat to work on Yannick for me, be sure to click him up because Dion, as you can tell, is a very brilliant man and he's got plenty of 49ers content. All right. Dave, have a good night, fam.
You too, brother. Love you, man.
Love you back, fam. Night. Oh, there he is. It's Chill. Pill. Phil. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, I know you've got a lot to say about some of the situations that took place. We've had a very weird last 48 hours of news. Well, Phil, start it any way you want to.
Well, first of all, Grant Cohn, his credibility's done. I mean, he's like his father. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. They always say stupid things. Just, take it for what it's worth. Nothing.
Man.
So, I love Dre when he challenges on his tweets, but even Dre gets a little frustrated with him, and
You're right. Dre's the only guy that really goes back and forth with Grant on some of these issues, and Dre is a man on a mission now, keeping Grant in place.
He says things to get clicks, and that's what it's all about. So, but the Niners aren't going to confide in this guy. They hate him.
Yeah, him and Kyle had a little falling out, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're not going to tell him anything. Nobody's going to tell Grant Cohn anything. So just think about that. But
the
as far as Tavon
threw me off. I just, what? Where do you get those numbers? But go ahead.
As far as Tavon Austin, it may be a ploy just to get Dante Pettis off his ass. Bring in some competition. Dante,
it makes sense to me. I'd bring in everybody you can.
The other thing is, I think they're a little scared about putting Trent Taylor back to return punts with his foot.
I hope so.
But Trent Taylor's going to make the team. There's no doubt in my mind that
same here.
He's on the team.
Yeah, he's too good at what he does.
I mean, the guys are trying to tell him Trent. I mean, I think we're going to have 6 wide receivers, not 7, like last year.
Okay.
I think that's because we're.
So Tavon Austin is not somebody you suspect is going to get signed.
He may get signed just for a workout, but I think it's going to be, it's going to be Bourne, Ayuk, Samuel, Taylor, Hurd, and Pettis. And if not Pettis, then it's maybe Tavon Austin because he can return punts.
The question mark is number 6. There's 5 solid, and there's 1 question mark that involves about 3 guys.
James Jr. I don't see Richie James Jr. making the team.
I see him getting waived.
I think we're going to keep 4 tight ends because Kittle, you got Willie, Warmer, and Jordan Reed. And I don't think they put Jordan Reed on special teams because of his concussion situation.
God, no. Please don't.
They're going to keep him as a 2 tight end set when we're going to throw off the tight end set.
You don't put those kind of veterans on special teams anyway.
If you do a 2 tight end set and you're running the ball, you're going to bring in Warner. Yeah. And him and Kittle on the tight ends. So I don't see us keeping 3 quarterbacks. I think everybody says, you're going to keep 3 quarterbacks because of coronavirus. I think they waive CJ right before the season starts and then put him on the practice squad.
Because nobody's going to pick him up. You're right. If somebody takes CJ and puts him on their 53, what am I going to do? I got to do something. I got to make a really big. There's no way.
They got to put him on the 46. They got to put him in the 46 if they pick him up for 4 weeks. That's the new CBA. So nobody's going to take him. So you put him on the practice squad. You save $1 million.
The players must do this so you can stop robbing people's practice squads. I guess because that's really tough. You pick up a guy at a practice squad. That's a risk.
Yes. Especially a quarterback who hasn't practiced with your team. So, I mean, CJ's going to go on the practice squad. I think there's going to be, 3 other veterans that they're going to put on the practice squad. And then Jennings and the rest of the, undrafted free agents are going to be on the practice squad because they're cheap. Mm-hmm. And I think they picked those guys for a reason. And so they're going to keep them around, develop them, and then maybe next year they fill in. So,
yeah, because Jennings, I can see them shuttling him in and out. Kyle likes those big, strong guys that are going to move that run game, and that's why he's got all those horses out there now. And I'm talking horses now. We're not talking. These guys there's muscle out there now. Which, begs, Tavon Austin, return man. Yeah.
I think the D line there's going to be some competition for those last spots. You've got Givens, you've got Taylor. Taylor's injured; he may be on the IR. You've got Blair, and you've got Jordan.
Taylor. Did you say Taylor?
They're going to compete. Taylor, yeah. Taylor.
Who?
Nose tackle. Taylor. He's a nose tackle.
Oh, yeah. And Givens is still. I can't. There's going to be some decisions they're going to break really, I think he's going to be shocked by some of these decisions. We'll see, though.
I think Taylor's going to go on the IR, and I think Givens is going to make the team.
Okay,
But
Big Show says
Blair may not make the team because of his knee. You don't know. He may go on the IR.
Well, you can put him on. You can hide him on the IR. According to Big Show, CJ's not eligible for practice squad.
No, he is with the new CBA. Big Show needs to go back and read the new CBA because they're allowed.
Well, there's veterans that can be put on there.
They were originally going to have 12 players on the practice squad instead of 10, and 2 of them can be veterans.
I know they expanded.
Unlimited time.
All right.
And now they've increased it to 16 because of COVID, and 4 of them can be veterans. So this is a 1-year deal.
Yeah. How many years?
They did a COVID. Excuse me?
Because you're saying that you can put veterans on the practice squad. How many years could CJ do his entire career on the practice squad?
Yes.
That's not
it
funny.
Doesn't matter how many years you have in the league.
Stop it. Okay.
They changed that this year, so it's new.
Yeah, no, I know.
But you can, and the other thing is you can bring them up for 2 games
and not have to waive them. Yeah.
And not have to waive them. So you can bring them up once, twice. Let's say one of the quarterbacks get COVID, you just bring up CJ for 2 weeks, and then you send him back down when
quarantine
they're
time's
clear.
over. Yeah. All right.
So, that's my thought. But
no, you're
we'll
probably
see.
right. You're probably right. And then also Show says the new CBA rules don't kick in until. Show, I thought they were going to expand the rosters this year. Show, yeah.
Nope, this year.
I think Phil might be right on this one.
I've read it. Believe me, I've read it.
Yeah, some of those rules are effective immediately, if not all, but some of them are effective immediately. I think the one you're talking about for sure is, because that was the whole point of it this year. All right.
Yeah, they wanted to go to an extra game in the regular season and get rid of a preseason game. And the reason they expanded the practice squad because of the one more game. You can keep 2 veterans.
Yeah. You know something, Phil? It's interesting because here's the thing. You mentioned it. College football seems to be canceled this year for the most part because there's no reason to you can't play for a national championship or anything like that. So it's kind of pointless if a player goes out there and gets hurt this year for no reason and then hurts his draft chances. So I figure that's going to die. But you know what? Saturdays could be available now if 2 teams, if COVID has taken over and they have to cancel a game, you got to replay it on a Saturday. I don't want to miss anything bad on college football.
Saturday and Sunday. I just don't think doubleheaders are in the bag for.
No, you're double-headed on a Sunday. They'll be playing till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Maybe how many teams? And they'll have people waiting up too. We got to go.
I think we're going to have NFL. I think guys are going to be fine.
I hope so.
I don't think it's going to be like a baseball where they just botched it.
And they're not even in each other's faces. Baseball's weird. Guys are going down like flies. Anyway.
Well, just a couple teams just went out and
party
had problems. So
yeah.
But anyway, Ronbo, that's my 2 cents for the night, and thanks for having me.
And always appreciate having you too, Phil. I'll see you Friday.
All right, Ronbo.
All right.
Okay.
Bye, Phil.
Talk to you later.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Here's a name. It says Bienwill Pereira. Bienwill. What's
up? What's up?
Did I pronounce your name? Did I pronounce your name right?
I don't know why it says that. I go by Chavez, bro. I don't know who's that, bro.
Wait. You go by what? Chavez?
Chavez, bro. Yeah.
He's Chavez. Bienwill, I don't know whether that's just something that shouldn't have happened. All right. Hey, Chavez.
That's crazy.
What's up, man? Because you know what?
Hey, but for real, Ronbo, I got to tell you, man. Fuck the DBs. We need a new quarterback, man.
We need a new
quarterback?
I'm
telling you, bro. Jimmy can't throw shit under pressure, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you shocked me with that. I didn't expect that.
But I'm telling you, bro, we need a new quarterback. Cap, if we get Cap, bro, I'm telling you, he'll run this shit. I'm telling you, he's some god tier quarterback, bro. I got you, man. He's some. You know, Goodell's gonna rig that shit for Cap. We know that shit, bro.
I wonder if he can still run though. You know, it's been a while. You kick back for like 3 or 4 years. It's kind of because he's a natural runner though. So maybe I don't know.
Shit, bro. You know, Roger Goodell's gonna rig that shit for him. You know,
yeah.
He's trying to get the black vote like Biden and Kamala Harris.
Goodell's not running for Goodell's not running for office, though. So, actually, Goodell's in a lot of trouble for some other things, though. But Chavez, here's the thing, though. You know, Shanahan's offense, it's he could have kept Kaepernick. He didn't for the reason Cap doesn't quite. I don't think he wants to alter the offense for Cap. He wanted Cap to be able to deal with his offense. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much the reason why he had to go another way. Because Cap, for as athletic as he is, he's not going to be a guy that's going to be able to really read the defense as well, and he's probably not as accurate as even if he's not going to shoot that shot as well. Some of the timing patterns and things like that. Cap's not strong at that stuff, so it's probably the reason why he said nah.
Yeah, I see that, but like, here's the thing. I mean, Goodell. I know he's gonna rig he's gonna pull some shit like that, you know? He's gonna have like Brady and fucking Cap in the playoffs going on each other, you know?
You think just for Black Lives Matter?
Yeah, bro, he's gonna get the black views, bro. Black views matter to Goodell. Black views matter.
Yeah, but you know what? Black viewership didn't fall off that much. And of course, I think you did lose some. But for the most part, football is too. I mean, I love Cap, but I can't stop watching football. Some people are tied to politics so strongly that it would make them, But Cap's out there doing his thing. Yeah. I'll tell you the truth, Chavez. I don't know if Cap really wants to play ball right now because what he's doing now, he's an activist now. He's getting paid lots of money. Nike's putting him up. He doesn't really need to play any football. So I think he's more about making points right now.
Yeah, bro. Hell, if you'd be saying he's a modern day Martin Luther King, bro. He's a Cap, you know?
Martin Luther King comparison might be a little much. But the thing is, he's out there. He's doing what he's doing. So,
Yeah, he is.
But anyway, Chavez, but beyond the quarterback, Chavez, what do you think about? Have you got anything on tonight's subject matter? I mean, like the 49ers secondary and Tavon Austin or anything?
Shit, I think we got a good secondary, honestly. Like, I don't think we need to improve too much on that, but I think we just need to work on our quarterback under pressure. You know, we need to get some. You know, he shouldn't be dating porn stars. He should be practicing on the field. You know,
right.
You ever heard about that when he dated a porn star?
Of course, everybody heard about it. Stephen A. Smith won't let you forget about it.
Crazy shit.
You know, he did pass. He did pass for nearly 4,000 yards last year. So I don't know if he's all that.
I know he's a good quarterback. Sometimes the division can be easy for him, but he's got to go under pressure. You know, like that's that one thing he can't fulfill. The shit. Otherwise, he was under pressure. He's a pretty good quarterback.
He was under pressure in the Saints game. I think also you got to remember too, with Mike Person, all of a sudden the offensive line has to be strong. Your quarterback, and it does. You watch what happened. You saw what happened to Aaron Rodgers. If you didn't know anything more about Aaron Rodgers, you would think he was shaky too. The way the 49ers beat him up. But that's because his offensive line couldn't do anything with the front line rush. So, a quarterback can only be as good as his offensive line usually. Unless you're Russell Wilson. He's the only guy I know that actually doesn't need an offensive line. But he's the only one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I do see that.
Yeah.
Hey, who do you think is going to be who do you think is going to shine the most this year? If you besides the 49ers, who do you think?
You say sign the most?
Like the most shocker team that's just gonna upset everyone.
A surprise signing?
Yeah.
You know what? I hadn't thought about that. Because everybody's pretty much been signed. We had the shocking signings. We picked up Trent Williams. That was a shocker. That's got to be the number one shocker of the year. And
that's true. That's true.
Because Jordan is not that big of a deal. Oh, he was like available. Nobody else wanted to sign him, but Kyle did. So I don't know. There's nobody left.
Yeah, shit. What if we sign Antonio Brown?
See, that would be the shock of the year, especially knowing how John and Kyle feel about AB. Because they said AB was never on the menu, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty funny, though.
Chavez, we gonna go, fam. Hey, I tell you what, if you get a chance, get on back Friday. We'll look for you, all right?
All right, for sure, bro. I'll see you later.
All right, night, Chavez. You surprised me with that. Clarence Molina, you've already, I'm not going to say it because, he'll see it. Thanks for the contribution. You can't hate on people for their opinions. I mean, if he feels that's the way he feels. That's nothing to be done about that. And the Mad Nighter, we are a passionate group. That's why I love you, Chad. You guys will, be whipping up on everybody. I've seen Trey out in there ducking and dodging. Dion, you in there? This is the chat room. If you don't come at them right, you will be dealt with. So you got to, if you come in the chat and you got a huge difference in opinion, do brace yourself, as you will be asked to defend yourself. Ellis!
What's up, family?
Ellis, man, we're enjoying this night as far as Grant Cohn snuck in on the show tonight. Actually, he was not on top of the list of things to talk about. We were mostly concerned about the heartbreak of George Kittle having signed a 6-year contract for $94 million, of which I was going to base tonight's show on. And then a little while later, George Kittle has not signed nothing. Let it go. And oh, my Lord, are you serious? And then George came in and confirmed it. Oh. So moving on, I said, okay, well, let's talk about J-Dub and some of the things that Tony Oden is going to do to the secondary of the 49ers defense. And then, of course, all of a sudden, Tavon Austin is being invited to Santa Clara. I said, this is just a comical day. Tavon Austin's coming to Santa Clara? For what? So, what are your feelings on these things?
Well, I guess we'll start with Grant.
Everybody does.
I got. It's funny because I got the alerts on my phone from two different times. From one from Sports Illustrated and one, I don't know if it was from somebody else or maybe it just was an additional article, but it was two different notifications saying the same thing. I watched the little, he was talking about it earlier today, and I was watching with him and his dad going back and forth. So it's supposed to be a credible source of some kind, and I'll tell you this. If we don't hear nothing by Friday, and this is really all is a bunch of bull, then we can officially count Grant Cohn out as being credible. I'm gonna give him this. I'm gonna wait till I hear something, and if we don't hear nothing, if it's not even in the ballpark, even if the numbers are way off, or because just the other day they said they were far from an agreement that they had. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like...
Let me just ask you a question on that, though. If there is a signing Friday, for the numbers we just saw, are we going to have a collective apology to Grant? Because right now, Grant's getting all kind of grief. And as I said, he's probably in his house with the lights off and the porch light, too. And don't nobody, please don't bother me.
He's got a blanket over his head with a flashlight on. That's what he's doing.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Do we owe him an apology for beating him up for 2 days? Yeah. Whoa, poor guy.
Well, yeah. That's why I'm not really getting too upset just yet, because I know the Jamal Adams thing, and he does do things for shock value, and Dre's had a couple interviews with him. I mean, I was following before I had even seen his interviews and stuff with Dre, and it kind of seemed like that's what he's doing, to try to get some relevancy, get his name up, get some more, clickbait stuff, the usual.
It works. Everybody knows Grant
now.
And
it works.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's a strategy, and learning from his dad or seeing him talk with his dad, I can tell that, he's the apple don't fall far from the tree. So that's kind of the strategy. You know what I mean? He's probably got, coerced, or he's giving him some game on how to try to get some more clicks and get some more attention. But again, I don't want to be too critical. I want to wait and see what happens before, I officially,
go off,
give him a virtual kick in the ass.
Yeah.
But anyways, but again, it sounds great. I know George said what he said, but if we think about it, Buck did the same thing, and he actually.
Yeah.
They're actually, remember when he's talking about, the contract thing, and he was saying, oh, don't believe the eye or whatever. He was saying to discredit the rumors that had been going around, but it actually wasn't a rumor, remember?
Yeah.
So there's a possibility that there could be some relevancy to it, and George is just trying to throw him off a little bit just to not give people, we want to be unpredictable.
Because maybe that was never supposed to be leaked out in the first place. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. It could have been one of those kind of things. So we'll wait it out, see what happens. I'm glad to see whatever's, the secondary. I really feel confident. Guys are, going to get bigger, stronger, faster, and are going to be more sound together. I think by us having a lot of guys that have already been there and, kind of feed off of each other, I feel like, either which way we're going to have one of the best secondaries, next season as well. And, I'm not really concerned, except for the fact that we just got to work on some different things, which is minor. You can always get better. So I don't see us, I'm confident in the whole secondary thing,
also,
and I'm glad to see that we got a good coach.
Question, were you aware of the fact that Tony Oden is I actually didn't even know Miami had one of the best secondaries in the league last year, apparently, according to Will. I haven't looked into that. But
yeah, Coach Oden, where was he from again? I remember hearing his name, and
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Okay, he's your brother, I think.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Hanif Razak. I don't know. Will just said
I believe
that
I
Miami
remember
had one of the best
him.
defenses, secondary defenses in the league. So yeah, that's all I know.
Yeah, I think I remember. But that's good. That's good to hear. I think, and being that he's coming into an organization with already, polished players and already really solid and good defense as it is, he can just, complement it and add his, if he's got, if he's got the goods, and it's going to be a worthy marriage, as far as, him in the secondary. It's going to be, something we can look forward to and be excited about.
Yeah, I can't imagine why the Dolphins got rid of him, though, or let him walk.
On top of Coach Saleh, you know what I mean? I mean, it's like, it's about to get real interesting. I feel like, we'll be, anything left in top 5 would be lackluster just based on what we have, who we have, and how we played and where we're coming from. And I'm being modest, even. I feel like with that, I feel like we should be top 3, nothing less. But again, we'll see what happens.
Defense?
But
you talking about the defense? Top 3 defense?
Yeah.
But we were number 2,
without a question.
Right? Were we number 2?
Last year, yeah. That's what I mean. Just behind, I think we were just being.
Yeah,
they're coming up this season. Yeah, I'm just being, like I said, modest. I don't want to be like arrogant. We're going to be number 1, and I don't want to. I don't want to be that guy, and then
that's the only standard.
Foot in my
that's the only standard left for us. So Ellis, we've already hit number 2. Anything back below number 2 is a step backwards. Although Ellis, let's see if Javon Kinlaw can hold up his end of the deal. Oh my Lord, that big 330 pound. Because the rest of them go feed off of that. It's going to be like,
goodness.
I mean, most quarterbacks.
You can take 2 at a time, man.
It's going to be like stepping into a pool of piranha. Because, that's nasty.
Think about DJ Jones. Imagine him and DJ Jones in the middle. I'm just saying, and having, where are you going to go? I mean, look, don't go anywhere. Matter of fact, when you get the ball, just stay there and, get ready, brace yourself, because at the end of the day, we got on the outside. I mean, we got Eric in there, DJ Jones. I'm just throwing him in there just because of we've seen how many guys he, totally moved out the way completely. It looked like with ease, you know what I mean, during the season, and having him, next to, Javon is like, I mean, come on, man, that's some power. Them dudes can take 3 or 4 at a time. Two between the both of them. Between the quickness and the strength of DJ, and then, like I said, Javon's just a monster. So, he's, it's men against boys at that point.
Ellis, we're going to see. I'm going to tell you what, let's see you Friday, okay? Always great contribution.
Yeah, man.
Love it.
Oh, yeah, no, much love, fam. I appreciate you as always. The Tavon Austin thing, I just want to say before we go, I kind of thought he would have been a little bit better than Taylor Gabriel, but Taylor's had a little bit better, I guess, of he's got better numbers, and maybe has been a bit more productive. But I remember, man, when he was on the Rams, when he first got there, they was getting busy. So he might actually be really good for us on a special teams for sure, to kind of replace the Richie James stuff with all of the, because he doesn't want to run the ball. He doesn't want to, run anything back. And, Tavon will be good to add to that. And, of course, the jet sweeps and all of the little different packages and things we can incorporate him in. I think he'll be a worthy acquisition as long as we can get him for, a little piece of change, not too much. And, we'll look forward to George coming in. So thank you again, fam, as always. I appreciate you.
Hey, feel it's mutual. Man. You know that. All right, Ellis.
Always, all love. Hey, y'all, download that Ronbo Sports app right now. Hit the like, subscribe. Peace and love. Niner faithful. And I'm gone.
Thanks, Ellis. Night, fam.
Bye.
Oh, God. I just realized something from what Ellis just said. The ultimate attack, and it's not a slight on Eric Armstead, if you put Javon and DJ in the middle, ain't no point in trying to run. I got, on the outsides, I got Nick, of course, on one side, and you got D on the other. Whew, man. Wow. That's the rotation this year is going to be just wicked. Because I'm talking about Javon and DJ aren't necessarily going to start. Javon will at some point. DJ's the guy that comes in and comes fresh and kills. Ooh, hey, G, thanks, fam. Let me say that. Oh, God. Man. And I can't wait till we play Yannick's Patriots. No, Brady. Oh, no. Hey, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, I'm telling you, man, it's the Grant Cohn bash party. Poor Grant. I actually, when I mentioned that, I was just trying to report that there was no deal. But now people are mad as hell at Grant. And also, we got, as you know, Tavon Austin is coming to camp for reasons unknown. Well, not unknown, but for reasons that most of us figure, well, now why are we doing this? And then, of course, there's Jimmie Ward talking about the secondary saying, man, I can't tell you guys what we're doing, but it will look a little different this year than it did last year. And now, there'll be blitzes. You'll see plays where you're going to see Jimmie Ward used in different ways than he was last year. So, but all that fun stuff. Jay, what is your feeling?
The dress on the defensive side, I think that'd be a wonderful thing because, dude, you got to change it up. You got to switch it up. You got to change it up. You know what I'm saying? And you get pressure on the quarterback, and he's refused. You know what I'm saying, from the back end, by the time he realizes what's going on, he's already on the ground. So I think that's a good move on our part right there. We just can't sit in zone all the time and just, you know what I'm saying, yeah, it helps out, but when you got to play speedy receivers and, and your defensive line don't get there, then it leaves a lot of holes and gaping holes for people to make plays. So I agree with that part. Tavon Austin, I think it'll be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I think what the caller said made really good sense about the jet sweeps, the return game. Because, dude, I've seen some of his college highlights, and dude gets off. So I think, he probably just need a little guidance. Everybody forget he had Jeff Fisher as his head coach, and what's the name? Todd Curley said this dude offense was like elementary. So it's kind of hard to have a player like that type of speed and fastness and swiftiness, and not have a good offensive coordinator or a coach for that matter. So
Tavon's got lightning quick speed too. When he accelerates,
correct.
He's one of those scary.
Yes.
I used to actually not when we played the Rams. I used to always worry about if you miss, it's going to be 15 to 20 more yards. Kyle might like that about him.
Yes.
Kyle called him in for a reason. We'll see what he's talking about. Jay.
It's just a change up. Think about it. If you can get rid of Dante Pennant and put in, I'm trying to get rid of Dante Pennant.
Dante, we use him every program. We use him for ways that are not even ethical. Jay, as I've said it 2 or 3 weeks in a row. Dante's gonna get us up off of him this year. I just know it. I don't know. It must be. It's gonna all of a sudden happen.
He got to do something, bro. He got to do something. Because literally, you know what I'm saying? Because dude was he was a retired turn man in college football.
No. He was
you
the
come
top.
Here and you don't.
Nobody above him. He was the best.
That's what I'm saying. And you can't make no plays. That's just to show you how different the pros is from the college game. Because you can clown, you can look the best in college football, but when you come to the pros, it's a whole nother level. And they say that every time.
I do wonder though, had he been in the SEC, would he have been able to been the best return man in the NFL? Because the SEC, they will hit you. They will hit you. Yeah.
That is about as close as you're gonna get as far as pro. That's why a lot of them players come out. They
go right to the pros. And
pick
right
they
up
do
when they left
well
off.
in the NFL because you gotta think, man. You got Alabama, you got Florida,
Tennessee,
you got Tennessee, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? You got LSU. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you got mad talent there, and you got a lot of great teams out there.
And
so,
how many pros is Bama?
It's easy to track.
And how many pros does Bama put in the pros every year?
Man, they be having. I'd say they at least have about 20. It seemed like they had like at least 15 to 20 players in the entire draft get drafted. You know what I mean? And I ain't even talking about the undrafted free agents that get put on the team.
And Clemson's the only one that stays in Bama's face consistently. And now you got LSU. I mean, that's just a terrible division, man. But boy, that's why they sent so many pros.
Right.
I wish
but
we could have one of them.
Clemson ain't in. They in the ACC, so they ain't in the SEC.
But Clemson is the only team out of conference that really gives Bama trouble. It seems.
Yeah, they do. And they really do. So you got a point there. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to understand that you get Tavon Austin in there, and he can kind of just, you know what I'm saying, make things happen. And you got to think about it. When you have so many other players that can make plays, like a Deebo Samuel, and then a George Kittle, Jordan Reed, and then you got Mostert, or, you know what I'm saying, the Jets.
What is this, foreplay? You're getting me all excited here, man.
Austin in there. That's what I'm saying. And you add Tavon Austin. It's kind of hard to figure out who's going to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's only one ball, but how you going to figure out who's going to get the ball?
That's the beauty of it. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
You came down Kyle Shanahan thinking.
Yeah, you got to think of, you know what I'm saying, a person who gets a car and is raggedy, and then somebody rides it up like a phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the next owner might not treat the car well, but the next person will. You know what I'm saying? It might
get a new body work,
and
get that engine replaced. Yeah. Jay, we got to go, fam. All right, good stuff, Jay. Always appreciate you, fam. We'll see you Friday, okay?
Ronbo. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. You have a good night. Appreciate you, Ronbo.
You too, Jay. All right. Sleep tight. And here he comes. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show all tonight. Hey, so we probably should say that for Monday Night Raw, huh?
Yeah, that's more appropriate, I think. Even though I love how so enthusiastically you bring me in every time, whenever I get a chance to call in.
Because, when you got that name, that was it for me. I'm such a WWE fan, and then I'm such a Big Show fan, and such a fan of you. So it just
I don't know why.
Makes me crazy.
There are some people out there that think he's boring. I don't think he's boring at all. He's just
the Big Show?
Massive. Yeah.
He doesn't say much, But his size and the way his style of just
ass.
total domination just makes me laugh. I mean, what are you going to do against the show?
He could just knock out a whole ring in one match. I mean, if there are like 5 other guys in there, he can knock out a whole tag team.
Is there anything more fun of him slapping a man in the chest? When Big Show slaps you in the chest like he likes to do, the guy hits the dirt from a slap in the chest. What kind of power is that? Bam! Then looks up. Oh! And he's So we can't. This is not the WWE review. Let's go into football. Go ahead.
But anyways, I'll get to the Tavon Austin news in a minute. But as far as our secondary goes, nothing's really going to change this year. But I have a really good feeling, a really strange feeling that Tart might depart us next year. And I heard earlier tonight that you think that we're going to be drafting an offensive tackle with our first pick this coming draft.
Well, somebody suggested it. I went along with it.
Yeah, somebody suggested that. If Tart were to leave, I think that's going to be the pick right there, his replacement. So, but nothing as far as our secondary goes. I'm not too concerned about it like everybody else is. Hey,
did you know about Tony Oden being one of the best of what he does? I didn't even know that. They said Miami secondary is pretty tough.
I never heard of him. I didn't even know who Tony Oden was. I never heard of him either until tonight. So I really can't comment on that. But as far as Tavon Austin goes, you had brought up Taylor Gabriel the other night on your show, and you and I were talking about how important veteran presence is for younger receivers like Ayuk and Jennings and everything, and how much they could help them develop quicker and pick up the offense quicker with their previous experience in the same offense. McVay and Shanahan came from the same tree, and they run similar offenses. And Tavon would pick up this offense pretty quickly, and I think he would flourish in this offense. And a lot of people are bagging on him tonight, but they don't realize that these coaches, he didn't fit their schemes, and they don't know how to utilize it. Players like Tavon Austin or Deebo Samuel. That's why you see them picking guys like A.J. Brown and CeeDee Lamb, and they don't know how to use the gadget players as creatively as Kyle does. They don't know how to come up with creative plays like Kyle does with the jet sweeps and all these zig and zag plays and everything like that to throw defenses off. You know what I mean? Like, I think Tavon Austin could be an asset on this team.
Yeah,
as opposed to being a bust or anything like that. You know,
he doesn't take Tavon does not have a first and second gear. When he gets the ball, he is immediately speed, and that used to intrigue me about him. So maybe Kyle likes that too.
And that's what we're lacking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we're lacking right now, and why you see his name being mentioned. I wouldn't be surprised if they go after Taylor Gabriel either. Or bring him in, which I would prefer over Austin, because at least with Taylor Gabriel, you can get at least 500 to 600 yards out of him. You know what I mean, with his experience that he had under Shanahan. So
it's gonna be interesting to see. Because I want that speed guy. Like you and I both know.
You and I both
works better with one speed merchant at least. If nothing, if he's being used for nothing else besides stretching the field out. Because George Kittle had his best year. Well, actually, he had a good year last year, but he had his best year because of tailing off of Marquise Goodwin, who was, you could always see in the scene, all you see is Goodwin's butt leaving the camera angle and George circling around the middle of the field. Well, that's because Marquise took 2 guys with him. Now it's one-on-one with George and whatever poor guy linebacker's out there, and he's dead meat. You know, that's Kyle's.
And a lot of people are saying that we don't need him at all with what we have, but people got to remember, Ayuk is a rookie. It's going to take him a while to develop, and it's like it did Deebo. It took Deebo at least until November or October to get the full grasp of how this offense works.
For sure.
Until Emmanuel Sanders came, you know what I mean? So, and that's the benefit of also bringing Tavon Austin, is to bring up to speed Brandon Ayuk. You know, like that's what a veteran does, and how it helps out a lot, whether people want to believe it or not. So, it doesn't hurt.
Because we couldn't
And
draft.
he's not that much money either.
Yeah, and there's no more speedsters other than Taylor Gabriel. I got a feeling, though, Show, Austin's going to be a lot cheaper, too. Because here's a guy that's looking for a job. He's not going to ask for the farm. Whatever you offer him, he'll be fine.
No. He's 29, too, so he's not that old either. So.
Yeah. He's still got his speed, most likely, though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So
Show and I are agreeing Tavon Austin is not going to hurt the team. All right, Show, we only got a minute left. You've got to set that roster up. Give me 6.
This Dante Pettis finder has got to stop. He is not going anywhere, people. Okay, if you cut Dante Pettis, you are losing money. That's less money you're not going to give to Kittle.
It's dead cap. True.
It's dead money. It's dead cap money. The same thing with Solomon Thomas. They are going to be around for this entire season.
One more season at least.
They're not going anywhere.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I can't really predict anything right now.
I mean, you know what I'm going to do, Show? I'm going to work on this tonight because this makes me crazy. Bringing Tavon into the mix complicates things immediately. Now I don't have a problem getting rid of Richie James for Tavon.
Jawan Jennings is not going anywhere. Jawan Jennings is not going anywhere either.
No. Kyle's going to like him. You brought him in for a reason.
They love him.
I know.
They love him. He was supposed to be drafted in the 4th and 5th round, and he fell because of his on-field issues that he had with the coaches over at Tennessee. So
and Show, I know you're going to get rid of Kendrick Bourne, but he's not leaving. Okay, listen. You know what? We got to compare notes. I'll get back to you on Twitter if you don't call back in. I'll announce it tomorrow because I know you, Show.
You put those words. You put those
get rid of
words
my
in my
84.
mouth,
I know it.
All right, y'all have a good night. Take care.
Too.
Stay safe. All right, good night.
Night, Joe. Big Show and I have been going back and forth about Kendrick Bourne ever since his inception into the league. And each and every year, I have told Show that look out for Kendrick Bourne, and it just makes him crazy. So this year, it's going to be difficult. Somebody's got to go if Tavon Austin comes in. And I got a feeling Tavon Austin makes his team for some bizarre reason. 385 in Utah. Yo,
what up, man?
Hey, what is your name?
Oh, my name's Utah.
Oh, your name is Utah. I thought you were in Utah. Utah, delighted to hear from you, man.
Yeah.
Yes, come on in. You checking out what we were talking about tonight?
Oh, yeah, just a little bit. I'm catching on. So,
all right.
It's my first time on here, so I thought I'd try it out.
All right.
Talking about football,
Oh, yeah. You got to have football because our world is just disgusting around us now. So having football, please don't take that away from us. If they ain't bring baseball and NBA back, they got to bring football back. I think the National Hockey League is back in action too. So I got a feeling this season is coming. But Utah, what do you think of here, man? I mean, from George Kittle's fake contract today, and Jimmie Ward saying we got some things we're working on I can't talk about in the secondary, and of course Tavon Austin. What do you think?
I think it's good for the Niner Nation, and if they want too much money, fuck them. So,
Tavon, yeah.
Wait,
which one, Kittle or Tavon? But
just take what they give you because you might not get a chance to go to Super Bowl, and this is a chance where you have to take the opportunity and just go with it because we're going back to the Super Bowl, baby.
Ooh. I really think so. I can't imagine a team that can actually stop the Niners. Not really. You might be able to play with them for a couple of quarters and hang in there, but eventually they're going to steamroller you. There's just too much dominant players, and Kyle Shanahan running it. I just don't see it.
Yeah. I don't see it at all. So I thought we're getting better at each position. So.
Mm-hmm. And maturity. Utah, that's the thing. Last year, they were just little kids. But this year, now they're little kids with some experience, and some of it is bitter experience. That ain't going to work. They're not, people say, they got the hangover from the Super Bowl. No, not these guys. They're too young. If they were a little older, they may think, oh, man, I can't get myself up to play like that again. No. These guys know they should have won that game. So.
Yeah. They know it, and if they don't know it, it's kind of bad for us to know, So
no, they're all mad.
All we have is good upside left. So all we can do is go win the one of this year coming up, and
and they'll look better this year.
There.
And they'll look better this year due to the work they put in. You're going to see a faster team this year. You're going to see a more confident team this year because they know what they're capable of. This 49 team is going to be the most fun we've probably watched in a long time. It's easy to see. Jimmy G took his brace off. They say he's out there moving like Jimmy G, the Jimmy G of 2017. Oh, man, come on. Let's go.
Yeah, and Jimmy G's going to be able to probably scramble sometimes for the first down when we need it.
You're going to see more play action too, Utah. You didn't see enough of that last year because I guess Kyle's trying to be careful with him. But usually, you see, that's all Kyle does is play action from the beginning of the game to the end. We saw it sometime. Not very often, but sometime. That's not going to be the case this year. Too many weapons anyway.
Yeah, we got, and we get Tavon Austin in there. We can throw him some packages like the jet sweep instead of Tebow doing it. He can do it,
God. And you also got Jet McKinnon too. So now you run that sweep. You got like options. Whew, that could be very confusing for a defense. I got Jet picking up. He's going one way. Here comes Austin. Here comes Ayuk. Whoa, God. Oh, whoa. You can't call timeout. The play's already started, So now, hide the ball is all of a sudden the thing. And all of a sudden, who's going to pick it up? And what if they do a double reverse? Because Utah, if I got Austin going one way, I guarantee you that entire defense is going to bite. Austin gets right to a right point, and here comes Hurd or somebody you would never expect, takes the ball, goes the other way for 40 yards. Better not be close to the end zone. Woo! I love the misdirection plays. Gosh, the mighty. That is so fun to watch.
Yeah.
So, anything could happen now.
Yeah.
I think that secondary is going to look now, though. The defense is supposedly going to alter a few concepts. Now, they were good last year with what they did, which is kind of worrisome.
We're even better because we got to know each other as a team back there, And they're going to have better communication skills this year than, that play we blew. There's a miscommunication. So
that's what comes with time playing together. Hey, you like blitzes? Did you think we blitzed enough last year?
Yeah, I think so. It shows it. It shows what we do, what the blitzes we did take. So it won't hurt to do a little bit more with our packages as blitzing.
We usually did cash in on the blitz, didn't we? We didn't do it very often, but we normally did well with that, huh? You know what? If you do that on occasion, it's more effective because the OC doesn't see that coming for the most part. Because defensive front is so nasty, mean. They don't need nobody to help them blitz. We'll take care of this. Just watch that back end. That's the way they think.
And I don't think Saleh did a lot of blitzing at Seattle anyway. So, I
gotta tell you, Utah. I think the only reason they blitzed toward the end of the year is because we lost rotation from the frontline defense. So whatever this guy's going to do, Tony Oden, he's got to get Saleh to buy into it. Because really, with a full front rotation, we don't need to blitz.
Yeah, we don't. We already got the pressure and everything going.
Yeah.
Can you imagine our line? Kinlaw, Armstead, G. Ford. Who else is over there?
Bosa. You don't forget Bosa.
Daly. Yeah, Bosa.
You got
look at that.
You got DJ Jones coming back this year. You got DJ Jones coming back this year. Yeah, this is I want to see this dude Givens. I don't know if he's going to make the team or not, but I've had enough of the big dude that squats 700 pounds in his knee. I don't think he's ever going to play again. So we will see.
Streets?
What?
Katavius Streets?
Katavius. Yeah, Katavius, man. You and that big, strong body, man. He's still sitting down and talking about my leg. No, come on, let's go. So, we'll see. So much talent.
I'm pulling for him, man. I was excited when we drafted him. So
yeah, I was
just waiting for him to get his feet wet and come out and do something.
That's it. Because Buda Baker did what he did in school because he was playing next to street. Now I want to see that same thing happen in San Francisco. So
yeah.
Hey, Utah man, great to meet you. You get a chance, I'll be back Friday. All right.
Okay. Can I, before I go, can I give a shout out?
Yes. Go ahead.
You want me to give you shout out to my Niner Gang Bang Bang crew, Bashar, who else? Somi, Elias, Baby Shark, and especially my brother Chanel. He's the man.
Oh, you in that part? You in that group? All right. Delighted to meet you. All right, fam.
Nice to meet you too, fam. Much love.
Thanks. Back at you. I'll see you Friday if you get a chance, Utah. Night.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, and truth serum, you're right. Street is strong, but can't get off blocks. I saw that in a couple of games with him. You would think a guy like that could shed blocks quick. No. See, here's the thing. I'm not predicting this or anything. This is the only thing that worries about Kinlaw. Kinlaw, boy, I mean, it was ridiculous watching him steamroller dudes, but he's working on his hands. Because steamrolling people doesn't work in the NFL. You need to have some technique. So, hopefully Kasurik knows what he's doing. Because remember, Kasurik is the guy that lobbied. I mean, Kyle and Dodd said every time we looked up and hit our email, there's Chris Kasurik. Guys, I'm begging you, please give me two. Okay. Okay, Chris, we like Javon. We don't need an email twice a day, every day. We got you. So Kasurik's got his guy, first guy in the draft. And you know what? If I was John Lynch or anybody else in the front office, anything Kasurik says, I'm listening to. The guy's a phenomenal coach. And I love what's coming up with the 49ers in the years to come. Only thing I worry about with Kasurik is that somebody says, Chris, how about some more money? Oh, no, don't take Kasurik. We're having the best days of our lives with that defense. He brought to our defense something that's compatible with every player on the force. And let him stay for a while longer. If you got somebody said if Robert Saleh does get taken away from us next year, and chances are there, but like somebody else said, nobody's looking for a defensive-minded coach right now. If you can run an offense, you got to run them offensive X's and O's. That's what the NFL is all about right now. And Chris Kasurik, Robert Saleh will probably stay with us. I ain't mad at that either, though. Keep Robert Saleh and Kasurik, because I think their football intellect is above most. And now you got Tony Oden in there, and if he could do something with Miami's defense, he's definitely going to do something with the 49ers defense. Oh, my Lord. The Mad Niners says we're going to have a team on the fritz trying to find out who to double team on a D-line. No matter what you do, you start bringing in tight ends and doubling teaming, you better bring in, man, you're going to have the only thing you have, maybe a two-man game with your quarterback and a wide receiver. Everybody's have to come in there to stop that rush. Because, And our Patriot fan has said, all right, if the Patriots win, you'll wear a Cam Newton jersey. I don't own a Cam Newton jersey, so how am I going to do that? You know what I'll do? I will say something that I really can't say that day. I like Cam Newton because Newton has always been a source of entertainment for me. When he would lose a ball game, I couldn't wait to go watch the press conference. Nobody gets mad like Cam Newton after losing a game. No matter what they ask. Newton's up there with $5,000 and one wardrobe suit. He's all pissed off. What? Give me next question. Cam, you're gonna be doing the Cam Newton after that 49er game. Who could be that? I'd love to be the audience. Cam, it was expected that when they brought you to play in New England that you would be the new breed that Tom Brady never did. You could move with the football. Cam, you were unable to move today on the 49ers defense. It was all over you. Did it remind you of the Super Bowl 50? Next question, please. There was just beating Cam up so bad in that game. I mean, it was helmets all over Cam, and they take him down piece by piece. Remember that game? You see Cam go down. He'd be going down in stages. They look like, as I say, piranha just eating him up all the way down to the ground. Okay, I'm through. I've got to go, fam. And listen, appreciate all the contributions today, guys. Love you. And I'll see you Friday for the Cam Newton. For the boom, boom, boom. Refs wouldn't call. Throw the flag. Refs are hitting him all in the head. Ain't that like, fam? You know how much I love that? I could do that for 5 minutes easily. See you Friday.